starts until you take action. If you have time to worry, then run. Sonic 06.
Good evening, and welcome to a very special game night back on a Tuesday for 1 week only. For a very special Sonic-themed game night. I am here tonight to do some Sonic special trivia, and I am delighted to say that I am joined by my pointless friend. It's Hud601 and Ted601.
Hello! I have... See, you've got me as your pointless friend, and I have my floofy friend.
Ah, nice. I'm sure there'll be some animals coming through this way at various points over the evening, I'm sure. But, Huds, how are you doing?
I am doing fantastically. Can I start by saying a huge thank you for once again hosting the annual Sonic Game Night on your channel. It's always a delight to be here doing this.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure, never a chore. And maybe I will take that now, but you may want to think again after we've had the all the fun of Face Off a bit later on. You might want to retract that statement of thanks. G. Eisner's, to your point, it's not just a blue coincidence. In fact, it's full on Sonic. We've gone. I think it's the only Sonic t-shirt I've got. I really must get some more, but
hey,
yeah,
nice.
special Sonic theme this evening. So let me say hello, because there's a lot of people here. I've recognised a lot of first-time chatters. First of all, if you are joining from Club 601, you are very welcome to be here. Welcome. I am Royal Flush. You probably see me around. This guy and the other guy below me, you probably know them a little better. But for guys on my side, if you are here from the Game Night community, thank you very much for coming out for this very special charity stream with HUD601. You're all very welcome indeed. And Boygo126, thank you very much for that follow. So for those on HUD's side, I'm Royal Flush. For those from my side, this is HUD601, and we're going to be bringing you a bit of Sonic entertainment this evening. Let me say hello to everyone. Good evening to Iona Sal, Jimmy Diamonds, and forgive me if I get your name wrong, Zanon, to Nemesis Rosa, to Colo, to HUDs, hello, to Prugs,
Hi.
to Del Taddy, Tyson, and Sleepy Spaceship, Calliope and Shapes, G. Isons and Theocoma, Player W86, Small Puddle, Card Captor Zakura, good evening Lupine and Oni and Roman and CBK, hello Dragon and Boyga and Topper and Spokes and Race Pro UK and Score Count and anyone else who is lurking, loitering and lingering in the chat. You are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining us for what promises to be a super fun evening. And Topper as well, thank you very much indeed for that 27-month subscription there. As HUD's remarked to me in the green room just before, nothing starts until you take action. You have time to worry, then run. Sonic from Sonic 06. And HUD said, well, you can tell him what you said, HUDs.
I said, trust the quote to come from the worst Sonic game ever made.
And I have no point of reference. I can't really argue with that. I said, is it the worst? Is it actually? I know it's not great, but is it actually the worst? And then HUDs assured me it is. But then again, HUDs doesn't know how to pronounce the second level of his Optimum speedrunning game. So, you know, we could take anything he says with a grain of salt. Maxio RPG, Silic Dev, welcome to the stream. So we'll get into Google that in just a minute. It's an online interactive game. If you want to play, we'll have a message from our sponsor first of all, Only91_573.
Sonic Labyrinth exists. So honestly, no.
HUDs, would you like to speak against that?
Yeah, Oni's got a point there, actually. Yeah, fair point. Labyrinth is terrible.
Well, if you want to take part in tonight's proceedings, you will need to go to a very special website, courtesy of our friend Hey Dev Dev. It's called hackbox.ca, like Jackbox, but hacky, and allows integration in custom-made games such as this one. You'll need to go to that website. When I put the code up on the screen in just a few minutes' time, then you'll be able to join that. You have got the option to either join in the lottery to be one of the 12 hot seat players, or you can exclude from that game and just play along in the sort of behind-the-scenes game where you're a bit less front and centre. You don't need a microphone for either of them. It's all done through the browser app. My advice to you is possibly get it on a phone or a tablet, but you can do it on a desktop machine if that's easier for you. You will need to do some typing as well as some pressing of buttons. It's all good fun. And just for clarity's sake, for those who might be joining us for the first time, the name of the game is Google That. It was my second original game, and it came about because we'd had some issues with people playing unfairly in the chat, in the games that we did. So basically, the concept for Google That came about because I wanted to create a game that was impossible to Google, or very difficult to Google. And that's where this was born. So the title is actually a slightly passive-aggressive, Google That sort of statement. That having been said, Googling or using search engines or any other means of answering questions other than your own brain is strictly prohibited in this channel. So please do use your own brains, and it keeps the fun for everybody. Just to say that at the start, the title of the game is not an invitation to do what the title of the game says. It's more of a joke. As Jimmy is saying, Google that, you bitch. Yes, something like that. So that's Google That. We'll have more on that in a minute. Just before we get into that, I'm here with HUD601 because he is fundraising for Bristol Pride all this month. As you can see from the alerts above there, he's doing very well already. We have got some donation links there. So HUDs is going to say just a few words, just a few, about that to tell us why he's raising money for Bristol Pride and the good work that they do. HUDs, over to you.
Thank you very much. Yes, welcome everyone. I'm really glad to be here once again. If you were here last year or even the year before, this is the third time we've done this, isn't it? We've done it every single year that every single year I've done this fundraiser.
So I'm significantly soberer this year.
You are, yeah.
Oh my God,
probably for the best.
Probably for the best.
For those of you who haven't seen me do one of these with Royal Flush before, every single year during Pride Month, I do an annual fundraiser for Bristol Pride, which are my local Pride charity here in the southwest of England. For those of you who don't know who what Bristol Pride do, they are the ones that organise the annual Pride March and Pride Festival here in Bristol. It's generally considered one of the biggest and best in the UK, alongside a couple of others. But they work all year round as well in the local community. They are working to challenge homophobia, biphobia, transphobia, and also to promote equality and diversity for all. The way they do this is through school visits to speak to the youngsters, consultation services. They do a lot of lobbying to local government as well. The work they do is super, super important for ensuring that LGBTQ plus people get equal rights and access to the services they need. They do a lot of work with youth as well, especially in terms of youth that might be coming out, for example, and suddenly find themselves in a very difficult situation. Perhaps they even get made homeless. They are doing a lot of work to help bring them off the street and give them somewhere to live. So a really important charity, very close to my heart, obviously local to me. We've been doing amazingly so far in terms of the fundraising. We beat year one's total in 1 day this year. We beat year two's total in 1 week, and we surpassed my initial goal of £2,500 a couple of days ago within 10 days. So we now have a stretch goal to £3,000. You can see at the top there, we're on £2,784 and 69 pence so far. Nice. And we've just had a £15 donation come in as well from Dragon saying, "You got your Sonic in my game night." So thanks for that. Thank you for the donation. For all of you that might be donating, there are some really cool rewards. The rewards currently available are, if I can remember them, for an individual £5 donation, you can enter yourself in to win one of these lovely Club 601 t-shirts, and you can choose which logo you want on it. For a £10 donation, you can enter into for a giveaway for a hoodie. £15, you can net yourself a set of exclusive Pride 2023 TED stickers. £20, you can get a full TED sticker set, the normal stickers. And for £25, you can get yourself a set of the Pride 2023 stickers with the special glitter editions, the first of which arrived today.
These, incidentally, are I've got a set of the TED stickers, and I've got a couple of them here. So they are very, very cool, and worth having. And I've still got a very nice handwritten note from Huds as well, from when he sent them over. Yeah, definitely worth doing. Huds, you've answered all my questions. I was about to say we've had a donation come in, and why Bristol, but you've covered that in terms of local charities. So for anyone who's interested in going to follow Huds 601 over at Club 601, that's not how you do a shout out these days. I'm so out of the loop. Huds is Sonic speedrunner, and a very, very good one at that. And it's such a lovely vibe in his community over there. I'm there sort of fairly often, even if sometimes I'm there chatting, sometimes lurking, but it's just such a lovely place to hang out, and it's how we've sort of become friends sort of through that. So it's great to be here. And for what it's worth, Huds is also donating all of the subs and all of the bits that he gets through his channel this month. So if you fancy donating in that way, and you fancy a bit of extra ad-free Sonic action for the next month, then do consider going and giving him a follow. And if you are in a position to do so, then please do spare a few pounds if you can. There's another one coming in, Huds.
Yeah, Iona Sal, £15.31, saying, "Now that Double Nice is gone, I'm compelled to make this 0000. £2,800 exactly.
A great POG day indeed, £2,800. And I think you've already said with the bits and subs you've already had this month, that £3,000 is probably over the mark. But what would be really nice is if we can get the bar over the mark tonight. That would be a source of tremendous pride and gratitude there, no pun intended.
There are further milestones to come, and I'm telling you now, they are going to be special.
I'll look forward to it. Not even I know what they are, so definitely look forward to that. Huds, thank you again for being here and for bringing your community over. That's enough words. We'll maybe say a bit more later on, but for now, I think it's time for some quiz. And if you want to play, Google that. Head over to hackbox.ca and don't crash game. Enter this code. There we go.
Everyone, hackbox.ca, get it open, get involved. Come on.
QLVB is the code that you will need. So there's two ways of logging in to Hackbox. You can either log in with your Twitch account directly. There's a little Twitch icon on the Hackbox browser page. That's the easiest way to log in. If you don't log in that way, then it will require you to whisper something to my bot. which I can't remember the command for, whisper, I think. It will require you to whisper a little command to your bot. The reason for that is so that it can validate who you are, because you get channel currency, which convert into a prize draw at the end of the season for every question that you get right. It also lets me pull down your Twitch avatar, and I think, Tyson, that it might still be case sensitive because I've just seen an invalid code come in. That's my bad, mea culpa. I really should fix that. So we need 12 players in the hot seat game, and then everyone else can play in the background game. But we definitely need a minimum of 12, and you can choose to exclude yourself if you only want to play in the background game because you don't want to be front and centre. That's completely fine, but you can still enjoy the quiz action in a slightly more subtle way. Cornell Red, welcome to the stream. Great to have you with us. So yeah, this is, you may not have seen it because you've played Google That before, haven't you, Huds? But it was...
I have.
I think it was the previous version.
It was.
So this is a bit shinier with Hackbox, and the studio's had a bit of a makeover as well.
I was going to say, the intro definitely looked shinier.
Yeah, that animation, it took me about 4 hours to do that relatively simple-looking animation with the battling letters. I wanted to give them all personalities and names and stuff, so it was, yeah, that was huge fun. That was.
in hindsight, was it worth it?
I think it was, actually, yeah. It remains to this day, I think, okay, there's two title animations that I've done on games in my arsenal. For those of you who aren't aware, I've got about 25-ish original games that we play here on Saturday nights, and most of them either operate through the Twitch chat or through Hackbox. But original format games, and there's about 2 of them where they've got opening title sequences that I'm really, really proud of. One of them is Google That, the other one is The Mole, which is off the roster at the moment, but it's, yeah, I'll show you another time, but it was quite a good one. David! My quizmate, David. David's on my OQL quiz team. He's just joined the chat. Great to have you with us, my dude. Hope you're keeping well. All questions are Sonic themed, but they're not all necessarily about Sonic, but they are all Sonic themed. I would certainly say that. There's some trivia in there as well, but it'll be good fun whichever way. Typing quickly, you'll get the hang of it, I'm sure.
Really straightforward.
So, how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
21.
6, 7, 8, 9, 21. Okay, I was counting the white names as well, because we need definitely 12 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so we've got more than 12, which is great. So it will just pick you at random. So at the moment, 4 people will be disappointed. But if you don't get into the hot seat game, you're automatically rolled into the behind-the-scenes game, and you get to play along. Incidentally, if anyone is feeling a bit nervous, maybe a bit sheepish at the beginning here, don't worry. You can join in the game at any time. The code will be on the screen across the bottom, so if you see the first couple of questions or the first round or 2 and you think that's going to be for me, you can come and join in halfway through. There's another donation. Huds, who's it from?
Yeah, Small Puddy donates £5, says let's go Pride with a heart emoji. Thank you very much, Small Puddy.
Thank you very much for that. I'm going to give it one more loop of this. Tell you what, I'm going to give it one more loop after this one because I need to go and refuel. Because I ain't getting through the whole of Google That on an empty glass. So, Huds, hold the fort. I'll be right back.
Fantastic. Right, now he's gone, chat. Now he's gone. You're mine.
I have the wireless headphones on. I can still hear you.
Oh, dear. Yeah, for all of my lot especially, get involved in this. It starts off with multiple choice. It gets easier. It's all Sonic themed. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's really easy to follow. If you've never done an interactive quiz before, now's your chance to do one in the nice, safe, comforting environment of myself and Royal Flush. Say the Beatles are amazing. Oh, I can't say the Beatles are amazing because my wife absolutely loves the Beatles and I can't stand them. So I'm sorry, but the Beatles aren't amazing. They are the One Direction of their time. And they weren't even as good as One Direction, in my opinion.
You started a conversation about the Beatles without me being there.
Oh no, what have we done? We're going to set him off now.
The Beatles are overrated.
Yes! Yes, they are!
That's the word. Basunis, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I recognise what they did for pop music in the 1960s, but they are overrated. Yeah. Sorry, I'm coming back. I just realised I only saw one dog when I went down.
Oh, he's gone to get the bottle now. That's the problem, chat. He's gone to get the bottle.
I just realised I could only see one dog when I went downstairs. So, but I've just seen the second one. It's fine. So, right, that's enough play. Shall we get on with this game? I said
Let's
one
do
more.
it. Good luck,
Two.
everyone.
Good luck in the selection. If you're just playing in the background game, you'll have a lot of fun as well. Let's go to the studio. So, welcome to the Google That Studio. If you played or saw Google That 1, the original Google That, then you will have noticed that the podiums all looked a bit like tombstones. I sort of steered into the skid with Google That 2. If they look even more like tombstones now, but retractable tombstones, which is quite nice. So you can see the code is there along the bottom of the screen. If you change your mind, you do want to join in halfway through, you'd be very welcome to do so. For now, though, we need to pick our dynamic dozen, our feared... no, what's a word beginning with T? A good adjective beginning with T. Terrifying 12. Our dynamic dozen. Who is coming to play Google That tonight? And round and round the podiums we go. We're going to start over on the far right. That's Strap D. David, welcome on in to Google That. Hope you're ready to play. Over in red, over on the right-hand side. Not two things that go together. Sticking with red on the middle row. Peroni, 0.0%. That doesn't sound like you, Ernie. Welcome on into Google That. Hope you're ready to play. Let's continue. And gliding over all, there's Tyson on the back row. Welcome on into the game, Tyson. Lovely to have you here. Let's continue round. With 3 from my side. We got anyone from over the road? No, there's another one from my side. There's Colo. Welcome on into the stream on red, filling out the middle row. So that's 4 from Game Night. Don't know, that's a banned word. On the far left, there's Bassoonist. Welcome on in, Bassoonist. On the Corbin corner right there in red. A blue podium there. Small Puddy there. Or small, is that Puddle or Puddy?
Puddy.
Puddy. Welcome. There's one from Huds's delegates. Let's have another one onto the front row. Mr. Vertigo. Okay, that's 6 from my side. I feel the rest must be Huds's. This is a purely random picks. Let's see where we're going. Pole position. There's Spokes. We've got at least a 7-5. Not that it's a competition. Well, it will be a competition in a minute. But Spokes, welcome to the game. Let's continue. Over onto the left-hand side. Boyganezer. That's not a name I recognise. Welcome onto the game. A few more spots available. Over onto the finish off the back row. There's CBK. Welcome to the game, CBK. Lovely to have you here. 2 more podiums that need filling up on the front row. Front and centre goes to Jimmy Diddle. Jimmy, welcome to the game. And there's 1 more podium down there. Let's see who's going to take it. It goes to Zanon. Welcome, you 12. We hope you're ready to play Google That tonight.
Jimmy Diddle.
So, Spokes, so just looking at the sort of the splits from the different communities, we've got Spokes, Tyson, Oni, Colo, Bassoonist, Mr. Vertigo, and David from my neck of the woods, and CBK, Boyganezer, Small Puddy, Zanon, and Jimmy Diddle from your side. That's a fairly close match, because I didn't do it. I have got options to force people in, but I wanted to keep it random because that's the way it should be.
That's a nice random selection there.
A good random selection.
I'm guessing there is a character limit, judging by some of the names.
There is, yes. 12 characters, I think, is the limit on Hackbox. Like I said, there's going to be a Sonic theme pervading throughout this evening's quiz. And if you're not one of the lucky 12 on the podiums, you can still take part on your Hackbox devices, and you still earn pennies, and we'll see your scores intermittently. There's 5 rounds in this game, and we're going to start, as we always do, with round number 1, the early bird. So, Huds is going to be my pointless friend. He's going to be furnishing you with extra information, but whereas I'm going to be the question master, I suppose. This is the early bird. You need to answer the multiple choice questions as quickly as possible. The fastest correct answer earns 10 points. Subsequent correct answers earn 2 points fewer than the previous scorer. So 8, and then 6, and then 4, and then 2. After the 5th correct answer has been received, the remaining players score no points whether they are right or wrong. So it's not just about being right, it's about being fast. Gotta go fast. An appropriate start, I think, to this Sonic-themed quiz. All you've got to do is tap a button. You'll get the question on your device. You might get it slightly ahead of when you hear me reading it, if you've got a little bit of latency. Depends what it is, but keep it on your device, because your device is as live as it will be. That will be received milliseconds after it gets sent out from the build here, whereas Twitch might be a little bit delayed. Hope you're all ready to play. Good luck. Let's go to question number 1. We'll get ready for the first question. 20 seconds to answer each one. Have a read, have a think, and press the option you think is correct. Good luck. Here's question 1. An easy one to start with. Which of these supporting characters appeared in the earliest Sonic game? The pink one, the orange one, the black one, or the red one?
Gotta know your Sonic characters, gotta know your colours as well.
This is what we mean by Google that. It's say, even if you know that's an obvious answer, because it's obviously whatever the answer is, it transmogrifies it and gives us the orange one. Huds, tell us more.
Yes, so it's the orange one, also known as Tails. First appeared Sonic 2 in 1992. The red one, of course, is Knuckles. First appeared in Sonic 3 in 1994. The pink one is Amy Rose. First appeared in Sonic CD in 1993. However, interestingly, Amy Rose did actually appear in the manga in 1992, but the question specifically asked for the game. The black one, of course, is Shadow, first appearing in Sonic Adventure 2 in 2001.
And I can tell you Mr. Vertigo was the fastest to get it right. We're getting 10 points. Boyganator picks up 8. Zanin gets 6. Spokes gets 4. Peroni gets 2. Small Putty, Tyson, CBK, Stravdi, Basunis, and Colo all correct, but unfortunately not quick enough to get some points. Jimmy Diddle, the only one there in our audience game to get it wrong. But don't worry, still plenty of questions to come. Let's reset the podiums and move on to question number 2. Fingers on buzzers. Here it is. Quick, Huds, Arg, and Nico want to do a Night at the Casino 5. Which of these games could they not use to do it? Sonic Adventure, Sonic Spinball, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles.
This is a great question.
I'm just looking at the answers that have come in. I'm not sure everyone else agrees with you. There's a sea of red! Sonic Spinball is the answer. Huds, why could you not do Night at the Casino 5 and Sonic Spinball?
Why could we not? Okay, so everyone knows that Sonic Spinball is a pinball-themed game, if you like, but there's not actually a slot machine in Sonic Spinball. The idea of a Night at the Casino is we use the slot machine to build ourselves up to 1,000 rings. Sonic 2 has a slot machine in Casino Night Zone. Obviously, we all know that's the build that we use. Sonic 3 actually has a slot machine game in the special stages. Sonic Adventure DX has a slot machine in Casinopolis.
So there we go. So learning some information, even for the diehard Sonic fans out there. Sometimes when you flip the question around and make it a not one, makes it a little trickier. No points to our hot seat players there. Let's reset the podiums, and we'll go on to question number 3. Fingers on buzzers. Here it is. 20 seconds. Fine, a non-Sonic question. You're playing Scrabble and your letters are K-N-U-C-L-E-S. What's the highest scoring word you can make on an open board?
We said it'd be Sonic themed, not exactly Sonic question.
There's a great big follow noise. Lemon Poppy Seed Games. Thank you very much for that follow. Welcome to the stream. You're very welcome to come and join in. Suckle is the word. I don't know why that's making me laugh. Tell us why it's Suckle, Huds.
Okay, Suckle would give you 12 points on a Scrabble board. Uncles would give you 8. Nex is 11. And Slunk is 9. So Suckle will give you the most with 12.
K being the goat of letters there. K being worth 5 points. The only tile in a Scrabble board worth 5 points. That might be worth remembering for later on. Can't possibly think why. Spokes was the fastest right there for 10 points. Peroni picks up 8. Mr. Vertigo 6. Tyson 4. And Boyganator gets 2. Zan and Cola, Basunis and CBK all correct, but unfortunately not quick enough. No points there. Let's reset the podiums and go on to question number 4. Fingers on buzzers. Dr. Robotnik walks into a bar. Which of these is he least likely to order? Whiskey Sour, Advocat, Bailey's, Zhabov.
When I read this question originally, I was so confused by it, but once you understand the answer, it's so obvious.
I will preface this by saying this might be the best question I've ever written in my life. For reasons Huds is now going to explain.
Oh, this is great. So, as you've written, it's a bit of a sneaky one. It sure is. Okay, so Dr. Robotnik is also known by the name Eggman. Bailey's is an Irish cream. The other 3 drinks all contain eggs. Hence, he will most likely order Bailey's so that he's not drinking himself.
Or he's least likely to order Bailey's, so because he is the Eggman, so
least likely because the Eggman's yeah.
So, there we knew what
the
you were
other way
getting at. Other way around. Only one in the lobby to get that right, picking up 10 points. Everyone else getting the wrong answer. A bit of a sneaky question there. Let's move on to the last question of the round as we reset the podiums. Question number 5. Take a look at this. You're 90 seconds into in-game time as the glitched world record of Sonic 1 on the Genesis. What zone are you in? Green Hill Zone, Marble Zone, Spring Yard Zone, Labyrinth Zone. It's a miracle they've come up in the order of the actual zones.
My lot, I am expecting you to get this right.
It's Marble Zone. Huds, tell us more.
Yep, so looking at the glitch world record currently held by the incredible Iandis, it's timed in IGT, which is in-game time. Green Hill 1 takes 25 seconds, Green Hill 2 is 13, Green Hill 3 is 33 seconds, and Marble Zone 1 takes 16, which means you're starting Marble 2 after 87 seconds, which means at 90, you will still be in Marble Zone.
Is Iandis got the record now?
Iandis had the record for a while.
Who did I think had the... I thought Flower... Oh, no, Flower was glitchless.
That was glitchless, yeah.
Right, okay.
Either way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you look at the glitched or glitchless; they'll both be.
It's actually both still Marble Zone, aren't they?
Yeah.
Small Putty was fastest there for 10 points. Jimmy Diddle picking up 8. Stravdi picking up 6. Xanon gets 4. Mr. Vertigo gets 2. Tyson, it was a right answer, but not quick enough to get points. That's the end of question 5. This is the end of round 1. Let's reset the podiums and check out the scores. Well, my lot have somewhat split the room. We've got 3 of the Game Night alumni on the top row, but we've also got 4 of the Game Night alumni on the bottom row. So Peroni is in pole position on 20 points. Mr. Vertigo gliding overall on 18. Spokes is in third with 14. Boyganesa, Small Puddy, Xanon all have 10. Jimmy Diddle's got 8. Stravthy's on 6. Tyson's on 4. CBK Colo and Bassoon is yet to score, but still plenty of questions to go. How was that for you, Huds?
That was a brilliant start. I love some of the ingenuity of the questions, and as the game suggests, go ahead and Google it if you want. Don't Google it, it's against rules, but go ahead and Google it. You'll never get the answers.
Quite right. Anyway. That's the plan. I think this next round might be a little gentler. There might have been a bit of a bumpy start, possibly. There are a couple of tricky ones there. There's a couple of tricky ones in the next round, but I know there's at least one friendlier one. Let's see how we get on as we go to round 2. Oh no, we go to check out the scores in the background game. Ralph currently leading with 37, Akoma with 33, Prugs on 31, Iona Sal on 23, Race Pro UK 22, Gotta Go Fast on 17, Sleepy Sheep on 14, Shapester on 13, Rose has got 10, Toppy Prower on 9, Deltady on 6, Malcolm Owen on 3, and Maxio yet to score. I forgot about the background game. There's a background game, so of course lots of people are playing along in the background. Incidentally, that round the scoring was basically the same, except 3 people got points each, like level, if that makes sense. On we go, round 2, it's chicken. Okay, this one's a little more complicated rather than just press button and hope for correct answer. This one, you need to bid from 1 to 10 based on the category. This is the amount of points you are risking on the question. Only the 6 highest bidders, plus any tied lowest bids, will be eligible to answer the question. So bid high if you definitely want to play. Basically, if a category comes up and you think, I really like the sound of this, you want to bid higher because you're going to be more likely to be able to answer the question. If you bid too low, you won't be able to answer it. However, low bidders, that's people who aren't eligible to answer, will earn 1 point for each abstention or incorrect answer given by an eligible player up to a maximum of their bid. This is what we call the Luigi strategy, to employ a distant cousin of Sonic just for a minute, which is a strategy whereby you can get points by doing nothing. So if that's a strategy for you, you might want to bid low, but not too low, because if you bid really low, you can only get a maximum of 1 or 2 points, whereas if you bid tactically low, low enough to not be in the question, but high enough to get points, and then lots of people get it wrong, then you get more points. It's such a meta game, this, and I'm grateful to Colo, who came up with the suggestion. Round 2 used to be a little bit different. But it's a really, really cool idea. And that's why it's called Chicken, so a bit of metagaming. For eligible players, correct players are rewarded their bid. Incorrect players will lose their bid. If you abstain, so if you're eligible to play but then you don't answer, you lose half of your bid rounded up. This is to stop people from bidding 10 at the start and then just thinking, oh, I don't know this one, and then leaving it blank. So you still get a penalty if you abstain, but not as much as if you give a wrong answer. Full typed answers are required for this round. Okay, so there is a spell checker built into the game of 80% tolerance, and a couple of variations are also acceptable. But do watch your spelling before you submit. You've got 20 seconds to answer, but only 10 seconds to make the bid, and the bid will be press a number. If you don't get a bid in, you're given a default bid of 1. Okay, so press a bid, they'll be followed by a question, 20 seconds to type your answer. Okay, everyone clear on the rules?
If it seems confusing to my lot, don't worry. It'll all make sense really, really fast. It confused me the first time I saw it, and I got it after one question.
It'll become clear. So, let's go to question number 1 as we reset the podiums. 10 seconds to make your bid, and it does go down quickly, so make sure you're ready to tap on your Hackbox devices, bidding from 1 to 10 on the subject of Green Hills.
Ooh.
Get your bids in.
first video game level I ever played, Greenhill.
Or don't get your bids in. Ah! No one's getting a bid. That's very interesting.
Apparently they can't bid. Bid's not showing up in Hackbox.
Yeah, what's happened there?
Back on the end of round 1.
Still at end of round 1. That's very interesting. Okay, what I might do... Hudge, yeah, you've broken it.
Why am I getting blamed?
I haven't got anything in my console that suggests anything has broken. Stand by. Yeah, stand by. Let me have a look and see what's happening in the Hackbox class. Let's take a look. I have got a time machine on this, so if we need to reload the game, I should be able to bring it back. Restore exactly to where we were. Is there anything that might be blocking it? Send out single message. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Right, what we're going to do, because I've got a time machine built into this game. Oh, Visual Studio Update is now available. Now is really not the time, Visual Studio. What we will do is we will go into recovery mode. So if I stop the game, I'm going to trust my own programming here, that everything is just going to keep working. And Multiclass Geek, APME, and Campbell, welcome to the stream. Right, let's do the time warp again. Keep everything's fingers crossed. Let's stop the build. Oh, that's always very scary doing that. Select recover data and reload Hackbox host. And we don't need fast verification. You might need to verify again, possibly. So if you needed to type a little code to the bot before, you might need to do so again. Hopefully, it will just recover itself. When active, this mode will restore the game to a pre-crash state. Note that this will automatically enable reload Hackbox host. Good. Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens.
Everyone, all the bless emotes in the chat.
Yeah. Right, it's going to have a little think about it. You don't need to type that code. You should just need to refresh your device. There you go. It's repopulating you now. It's doing a repopulation thing. I've no idea why Hackbox just went to sleep all of a sudden. Shovel Claws, welcome to the stream.
Wait, Hackbox isn't the bit that you built, is it?
No, that's the bit Dev built.
Oh, blame Dev.
So you will need to revalidate. You'll need to resend in your little code in order to validate your avatar, and hopefully,
Says we're getting no code. As data is being restored.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You might not need to revalidate then. Okay. We're gonna see what happens. Gonna keep calm and let it carry on. Yeah, data is being restored. That's fine. It's doing the restoration routine at the moment. This definitely works. It auto revalidated. Did you sign in, Tyson, or did you use a code? Right, this is taking a lot. It just works. Okay. It's having a think. Has it only revalidated the main place? No, it should have revalidated everybody.
Looks like it's double validated most people.
Yeah. Huh. Alright. Right, let me just go and... Stand by! We'll be... So what happens when you build games yourself rather than using actual Jackbox? Oh, there's a noise.
There's a noise. Proogs donates £10, says, in the meantime, here's some music and a donation. Thank you, Proogs.
Alright, let me just see what is happening with that. Hot Soup players now be chosen, unlock lobby. It's not getting to there, so... Awake. No, that's not what we want. If recover data, skip opening titles to true that, then launch game. Right. If recover data, start code routine, send out holding page, set trigger, skip. Progress gameplay, start code routine. Do I just need to press progress
Chat, what
gameplay?
lovely weather we're having today, aren't we?
I needed to press a button.
Do you need... Oh my god. Of course you did.
I think. Did I need to press a button? Is that working now? There might be a strobe warning here, possibly.
Is they about to do some really wild things?
Are they the same people? Are they the same people? Are these the same people with the same scores? I don't know. No, that doesn't feel right.
PBK with 0 ends, right? Ralph isn't right.
Without 0 doesn't. Ralph didn't have 0. Right, okay, it's the same players coming back in. How are people who are in the background game there? Wait, that's not supposed to happen. Are these the same people? I don't even know! I don't think they are. Okay, let's... It just worked last time I needed to do this. Why are you not just working? Okay, fine. I can manually adjust scores. I might not be able to manually adjust the background game scores. Mr. Vertigo, Malcolm, and Victor, welcome to the stream. Are these the same people, at least? I can't quite tell. Oh, Prude shouldn't be there. There's some of the same.
These are not the same, yeah.
Okay, I have another idea. Because they're not the same people. Right. Here's what we're going to do. If I recover data... Still getting data.
I love tech issues, they're the best.
Why are you not working? I could put fast verification on, but that will break everything. Possibly. Let's find out. Let's find out. I mean, it won't be any more broken than it already is. Let's just try...
That's true.
Right, there we go. Right. Hopefully, it means some people might not have their avatars that they want because of reasons.
I've got a way to cheer everyone up temporarily.
Yeah, we'll have some loaf cam. We'll have some loaf cam. Is that right? Is that right? I don't even know. That doesn't look like everyone's there. Even if the logos are on, we'll forget the logos. If I press the button now, is it gonna do? Let's find out. Right, speed mode activated. No, those are different people as well. Right, okay. Okay, we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way, which is to not recover data, and I'm gonna have to ask a mod very nicely to look up the where we're at the game state. People who are in the lobby game, I'm afraid those scores will have been lost because I can't restore those. But I can restore, he says with confidence, I can restore the hot seat players as long as we get the same ones. So we need to get back to that same state as before. I don't know why my data recovery isn't working, but I can reload the Hackbox host so that no one else needs to join, and I should be able to fast track people in. Okay.
Screenshot with the last goal.
Yeah, it'll be there on the VOD somewhere. I've definitely still got all the players there, so you need to go revalidate if you're not already validated. And we'll see what happens. I might even skip opening titles in a minute because I don't know if it's actually going to show everyone. Right. Come back in, and what I will do the old-fashioned way of forcing people into the game. Preference list. Oh god, does it require a Twitch name or a Hackbox name? Shit, I'm gonna have to look that up. Let's find out what preference list needs. If it needs a Twitch name or a Hackbox name. Preference list. Find all uses. Oh, it was all going so well. Have sort of account at Twitch. Right, I need Twitch names for Hackbox for preference list. So who did we have? We had Xanon. Xanon, is that Xanon's Twitch name? Xanon underscore. 2 underscores. Okay, that's a good start. CBK underscore X.
That's
Mr.
Twitch name.
Vertigo. That's a Twitch name. Small underscore Puddy. Is that a Twitch name?
Yep.
Oni91 underscore 573. Spokes. Did you have an underscore in yours? Spokes, you're going to need to confirm to me in the chat if you had an underscore in your name. Oh, yes, you do. 2 underscores. In your Twitch name, I mean. Oh, Mr. Vertigo, spelt Mr. Mr. Vertigo. Small Puddy is a name. So, yeah, I need Twitch names. Is that Jimmy Diamonds?
Yes, Jimmy
underscore Diamonds. There we go. Boyganazer, who's that?
Yeah, so it's Boyga126.
Boyga126. Bassoonist was in. Bassoonist, what are you?
Yep.
Bassoonist number. I'll come back to you. David underscore Stravdi. The Bassoonist. 7513. David underscore Stravdi. Tyson Bain, all one word. And Collocular. And I think that's it. Was that everyone?
I've got Oni, Mr. Vertigo, Spokes, Boyga, Small Puddy, Xanon, Jimmy Diamonds, Strathdy, Tyson, CBK, Colo, Bassoonist.
Right, I just hope I've got all your Twitch names right, and hopefully this will work. Let's find out. Yes. Podium's doing podium things. And let's go in fast mode. Oh! Uber missed. Misha wasn't here before. Who's not got in? Who's not got in who was I was expecting?
Is it Spokes?
No, Spokes is there. Someone's there. I must have typed the name wrong. Xanon's there, CBK's there, Mr. Vertigo's there, Small Pony's there. Bassoonist! Oh, there's 2 O's in Bassoonist, aren't there? Piss! Oh. Can I replace a player? No, we're going to do it once more. Once more! We'll do it again. We'll do it live.
With feeling.
Right, I'm going to skip opening titles. Right, this time, gang. This time. Right, we skipped the opening titles. It's spelled Bassoonist, right? Here we go. Just need to validate. I've reloaded the Hackbox host. And then I need to figure out how to remember how to skip to round 2. What is happening?
This is why you don't do Tuesdays anymore, isn't it?
Oh, no. No, it's not no. 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 I have got a manual override of scores. I'm 100% sure I have. Marking tools. Current focus player. R3 answers to condone. Twitch username. Manual exclusion list. I've got one of those. I've got a preference list. Is it in game control? Gameplay pennies, host control. Oh, player editor. Oh, it's there. Oh, I have got a way to replace players.
Oh no!
For God's sake. Never mind. Right. Is that everyone? Is that everyone who's expecting to be here? Because if you're not here, then it will just pick a different thing.
Everyone validate. Do it now. 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, I'm going. There we go. Right, fast forward mode. Fast forward. Here we go. Here we go. That was fine. That looks better. Right, time to edit some players. Let's take a look.
Chat them out, I'll tell you the scores.
Let's start with display player data. How do I do this? Display player data.
Xanon is on 10.
10. Override data. Did that work? Did it work? Oh, player edits total. That's right. CBK.
CBK 0.
Okay, that's an easy one. Mr. Vertigo.
Mr. Vertigo is 18.
Which one do I have to fill in? New points? 18.
18, yeah, 1-8.
I wonder if I'm not filling in the right box because it appears to be overwriting it. But let's see what happens. Small Puddy.
Small Puddy 10.
10. Override data. Oh no, it is updating. It's fine. It's just not updating on the things yet. Oni
20.
P. Override data. Good. Spokes.
Spokes. Where are you, Spokes? 14.
14. Jimmy Diddle.
Is on 8.
8. Oh, let's do it before the end of the music. Boygenazer.
10.
10. Bassoonist.
0.
Okay. Tyson.
4.
Oh, not quite. Colo.
0.
0. And finally, Stravdi.
6.
6. Right, I'm hoping that will just update next time it updates the podiums, because the data internally has now been edited in a very terrible way. Current round index I'm going to set to 1 and hope that when I press the magic button it takes us to round 2. And we're back in the room. White Tiger 89, welcome to the stream. Apologies if we've lost your scores in the background game, but more time to make it up. Hopefully Hackbox works this time. The rules are the same. Oh god. Hopefully we get some bids in. Bid from 1 to 10 on the category of... Please work. Green Hills.
Hooray!
It worked. We got some bids
Yay!
in. Fucking hell.
You can do dev work.
Hashtag professional. I do this for a fucking living. Right. Bassoonist,
Ooh.
Boygenazer, Peroni, Spokes, and Mr. Vertigo, you are not eligible to answer this question. You bid too low. Everyone else is eligible, and you could win up to the points. Remember, if you answer and are wrong, you lose those points. If you abstain, you lose half your points, and everyone who's abstained will get points for every player who gets it wrong. The category is Green Hills. Good luck. Here's the question. 20 seconds. And did those feet in ancient times walk upon England's mountains green is the opening line to the hymn Jerusalem, which has words written by which English poet?
Oh, this is such a mean question. Lull them into a false sense of security with the category of Green Hills, and then throw a hymn at them.
Yeah. I so kind. It's William Blake is who it was. CBK incidentally putting no idea. That means you lost 7 points. If you'd abstained, you'd only have lost 4. Just FYI. So if you don't know, you can abstain. It limits the damage that is done. Huds, can you tell us a bit more?
Absolutely. So yeah, William Blake wrote the words. Charles Hubert Hastings Parry wrote the music, and in your words, it's an absolute banger.
It is a proper banger. And did those feet in ancient time. Yeah. Anyway, well done, Small Putty. You got your 7 points there. Colo, you picked up your 8. Benjamin, Byron, No Idea, and Poe, all incorrect. I'm afraid you're going to lose your stakes. And look at our abstainers. Only abstaining and picking up 5 points. Bassoonist, Mr. Vertigo, and Spokes picking up 4. And Boygenazer picking up their 1. See what I mean about these Luigi points? They can really change things in this game. Let's go on as we reset the podiums. And incidentally, you can have negative scores. Does that look right? Does that look right?
Yes, I think it is. Yes.
Hooray! Good. Next category. Fingers on buzzers, bidding 1 to 10. Category is... marbles.
Oh, I'm sensing a theme here with these categories. I wonder where the next one might go.
Where could it possibly be going? Get your bids in! Get your bids in! Mr. Vertigo, it's that weird latency thing where you bid 1, but it says you have answered the question because it was just out of time. But you bid 1, CBK bidding 1, Spokes bidding 3, Tyson bidding 3, Boygenazer bidding 3, not eligible. 6s, 4s, 5s, and 7s from everyone else. So remember, you must give me an answer if you want the points. If you abstain, you lose half your bid. Bear that in mind. Question on marbles, 20 seconds, take a look. A bag contains 15 marbles. 3 of them are green, 5 of them are red, and the rest are blue. If I don't replace them, what multiple of 10 is the percentage chance I draw 2 blue marbles? Apologies about the typo.
20 seconds to do this level of math. You are so cruel.
You've got about 3 different ends to the question. Small Putty got there. Bassoonist got there but was wrong. I don't know if it actually condoned that or took that in time. So, yeah, 20% is the answer, and Luigi points going out there and a lot of points getting lost from abstention. Huds, can you tell us why this isn't as hard as it sounds?
Yes, but I'm going to read exactly what you've written because I still haven't worked this out in my head. Okay. So 15 marbles. On the first draw, the probability is 7 out of 15, approximately half. On the second draw, thus the probability is 6 out of 14, because there's one marble less and we've already taken one. So multiplying together gives you 42 out of 210, or 0.2. Another way to think about this, another way into this, is to recognize that on each draw, slightly under half of the marbles are blue. So it's 0.5 times 0.5, which would be 0.25, and then since the answer is slightly below that and a multiple of 10, a logical answer can be inferred, i.e. 0.2 or 20%.
Easy, right? Not the 10% question. Nearly 10% got it right. But what a small putty picking up 6 points. A lot of Luigi points going out there. Let's reset the podiums. Yes, Bassoonist, you have a random speech bubble now because of the slightly out of time thing. That I can fix. Oh, bloody hell, that's quick. Where are you, animator? Speech bubble, animator.
Just remember, does it still do the thing where you can type stuff in chat and it appears next to your bubble?
I'm afraid I nixed that.
We had so much fun with it.
I know, but yeah, people were starting to abuse it by like changing the rich text and stuff. Mainly on me for not actually disabling that facility. But yeah, Sportsy, welcome to the stream. Great to see you, my dude. Here's another category, bidding from 1 to 10 on the subject of springs.
Once you put your bids in, especially for my lot, you should know this right now. Tell me what's linking these categories.
Boyganese with the abstention bid of 1, Tyson going 3, Oni going 4, CBK for the 1, and Xana for 3, Luigi points potentially up for grabs, and Mr. Vertigo going for 3 as well. With 6s and 5s, and 1 to 7 from Small Putty over there. A question on springs, take a look at this. Yeah, we've got the Sonic 1 levels. Well played. Colorado Springs is a home rule municipality in El Paso County, Colorado, that lies on the eastern edge of which mountain range? Morgana Shire, welcome to the stream.
Hey, Morgana.
It's the Rockies, or the Southern Rocky Mountains, and look at this! 5 of the players who are in play getting their points there. Only 1 abstention from Colo, who's limiting the damage, losing 3, but everyone else, no matter what you bid, you're only getting 1 point because there was only 1 abstention there. So Luigi points give, and Luigi points taketh away. Huds, tell us more about the Rockies.
Yeah, the Rockies, famous mountain range in Colorado. Yeah, looks great, doesn't it? Very impressive.
Did I not have anything else to say about that?
No, but I've actually looked it up. The city's population was 478,961 in the 2020 United States Census, which is an increase of 15% since 2010.
Interesting. Colo didn't purposely abstain. I don't know if there's some larger things going on with Hackbox at the moment, or if my internet's being rubbish or something, but I can but apologise. And move on to the next question as we reset the podiums. Fingers on buzzers, bidding from 1 to 10 on the category of... All together now... Labyrinths. This is turning into a massive chaos stream all round, I have to say.
It'll bring the chaos with me.
It'll be fine. CBK and Boyganade just going for the 1. Bassoonist and Xanon and Mr. Vertigo going for 4. Let's see if they can get some Luigi points. Everyone else is going for 5 or more. In fact, 6 or more. Only going for 6. We've got a couple of 7s in here and an 8 from Tyson. Good luck. 20 seconds on the clock here is the question. You didn't get a bid, Boyganade? Really? What is happening? In Greek mythology, what creature lived at the centre of King Minos of Crete's labyrinth and was ultimately slain by Theseus?
Who remembers their Greek lessons from history in school?
No bid.
I feel like CBK might have known this one.
It's the Minotaur. Oh, no Luigi points. You hate to see it. Huds, tell us all about the Minotaur.
Yes, the Minotaur, the mythical beast with the head of... Is it the head of an ox, I think? And the body of a man.
Head of a bull, I believe.
Head of a bull, that's it, head of a bull. One thing to be aware of, often confused with Medusa. Yeah, don't confuse it with Perseus and the Gorgon.
Absolutely. Silent Moon and Jers, welcome to the stream. Boyganade, I'm just looking at your player data. It looks like everything is working for you in terms of the variables you should have. See if you get one on this next question as we reset the podiums. And we go to the final category of the round. No prizes for guessing what it is. Fingers on your bids. Starlight. Still nothing from Boyganade there, maybe. But Something fishy is going on. Let's take a look. Oh, goodness me, we've got some hybrids. Xanon and Kola going 10, Stravdi going for 9, Small Putty go for 8, Jimmy Diddle for 7, Basoonis for 6. We've got a couple of 5s in here that aren't eligible, which is unusual in this game. Let's see what the question brings. 20 seconds on the clock. Here's a question on Starlight. Whilst light from our sun takes a little over 8 minutes to reach us at 4 light years away, what is the next closest star to our solar system? Alpha Centauri. And I'm going to get Huds to go and do a fact check for me on Proxima Centauri as to whether or not I give this to Colo. I have a feeling there's something different, but Huds is just going to go and check.
I am indeed.
And while Huds does that, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it, because I've also got the pointless information here. Sirius, the dog star, is 9 light years away, and Betelgeuse is 430 light years away. North Star is quite a bit further than that. Andromeda is a galaxy. Just got a little question mark over Proxima Centauri. Huds, can you give us something on that?
Proxima Centauri is a member of the Alpha Centauri star system, being identified as component Alpha Centauri C. So I would say it is a part of the same. It's a part of the same star system,
but not the same star.
But not the same star.
Therefore, I'm afraid we cannot allow it because we were after the next closest star. So, unfortunately, Kola losing a big chunk of points there, losing 10 points, putting him back into Proxima is 4. Oh, what is this noise? Is Proxima actually closer? How has that got through fact checking?
Let's have a look.
Let me check my source because I did put a.
It is located 4.2465 light years away from the sun.
I love how Kola just knows that. Let's see. My citations are telling me Alpha Centauri 4.3. It doesn't have Proxima Centauri here, but I will, of course.
Okay, Alpha Centauri is a triple star system in the southern constellation of Centaurus. It consists of 3 stars: Rigel Centaurus, known as Alpha Centauri A, Ptolemy, and Proxima Centauri C. Proxima Centauri is also the closest star to the sun at 4.2465 light years.
So what we're saying is it's ambiguous. Go on, Kola, I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it. That's my bad for not making the question robust enough. Apologies if you put Proxima Centauri in the behind-the-scenes game. Unfortunately, I can't overwrite those scores. But it's all in good fun, I hope. Kola going from -1 to 19. Right, at the end of round 2, at an hour and 5 minutes into the stream, it's chaos. Chaos has come thick and fast. Let's reset the podiums and check out the scores.
Embrace the chaos.
Oh, it's just so bad when things go wrong. Wait, okay, some scores. Hopefully those all look right. CVK and Xanon on -3. Basoonis is breaking even at the moment. Tyson on 13. Boyganese on 16. Hopefully your Hackbox device will come back into play in a minute, Boyganese. Jimmy's got 17. David on 18. Kola on 19. Mr. Vertigo 28. Small Putty on 29. Peroni on 34. And Spokes on 38. And a message from our sponsor, Silent Marine.
Has anybody seen the Chaos Emerald?
That's what it is. It's the Chaos Emeralds. The power of the Chaos Emeralds are giving us Chaos Stream. Silent Marine, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Oh, Huds, we've got 3 more rounds to go. And then another game. We'll power through. And just a reminder, if you are just joining us, welcome to the stream. We are raising money for Bristol Pride, as Huds is doing all month over on his channel. Definitely worth going and giving him a follow over at twitch.tv/, that's not how you do a shout out, Huds601. And if you are in a position to and would like to, you can donate to Bristol Pride at that link right there. Let's take a look at the audience scores. Completely annihilated them after round 1. Oh my god, well, Shapes has the lead at the moment. Ralph has gone to the other end of the board. Should have been at the top, but now on -7. But we'll just sort of say it's all in the spirit of good fun, hopefully. There's your scores at the moment.
Everyone's a winner.
Everyone's a winner. Well, and yeah, everyone's a winner.
Apart from CBK and Xanon, who are very much
who are on -3. But we have still got 3 more rounds to go, and all of it can change. Let's go to round 3. Round 3 is taboo. Give me a single answer to the list form question. The fewer people who say any given correct answer, the more points are awarded. Unique answers score 10 points. Answers shared by 2 players score 6 points. Subsequent shared answers score 2 points fewer than the previous shared answer. If 5 or more players give the same answer, no points are awarded. So it's a bit like pointless. You want a correct answer, but you want the rare answer. Although, fun fact, because everyone is looking for the rare answers, on some occasions, the obvious answer can be the most valuable. Neo Possum, thank you very much for that follow. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, you're trying to find the rarest correct answer, the one that no one else is going to say in the hot seat game. Audience, you've got a slightly different game here. Rather than trying to find the rarest answer, audience, you need to match with at least one player in the hot seat. Okay, so you're playing a bit of match game. So it's pointless meets match game. If you match with any player in the hot seat, whether they're right or wrong, you score 5 points flat rate in the audience. Hot seat players, you're looking for the rarest correct answer. Hopefully that all makes sense. You've got 20 seconds for each answer. And Nata, welcome to the stream. Let's reset the podiums and go to the next question. Hopefully it all says stand by and doesn't still say end of round 2. Yes, there's multiple correct answers. It's list form CDK. And there's another great big noise. Thank you for the follow, White Tiger 89. Welcome on in. Good. Right, you're seeing round 3 taboo. That's a good start. 20 seconds on the clock, gang. One answer. Don't try and type them all. Just give me one answer, the rarest correct answer. Here's your first question. Sonic collects rings. Name one of the 9 best metals for wedding rings according to the website diamonds.pro.
I mean, who doesn't know this website? Like, it's such a popular website.
I'm rarely not on it. Has to be said. Yellow gold, white gold, rose gold, cobalt, tantalum, platinum, tungsten carbide, palladium, and titanium were the answers. And we've got a null reference exception, which is never good. On the spell checker of all things. That's a very strange place for that to come in. Hopefully that won't affect the game and we'll just be able to carry on. We'll find out in a minute. No silver. Huds, tell us more.
Yep, so according to Diamonds Pro, yeah, yellow gold and gold, we clump them together as a single one. White gold, rose gold, cobalt, tantalum. You put I've never heard of tantalum. Platinum, tungsten carbide, palladium, and titanium. Mine actually happens to be tungsten carbide.
Right, yeah, so I've got a white gold. Mine's 9 carat white gold. My wife's is 18 because her engagement ring was 18. Apparently, you're not supposed to mix and match. Calculate similar valid answers, J. Okay, well, there was a problem with something happening there. No idea what, but there's a no reference exception. But the game hopefully will carry on. Let's see some points. Colo and Tyson and Jimmy Diddle all picking up 10 points there. One player going for yellow gold we counted as yellow gold. White gold was distinct. No one going for rose gold. No one for cobalt. No one for tantalum. One saying platinum. 2 going for tungsten or tungsten carbide. And 1 player saying titanium. Please continue the game. Oh, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
Who broke it? Which one of you broke it?
Why is it breaking? It's never... Oh, for God's sake.
Who's trying to inject code? Come on, own up.
What is going on? I've no idea. It's just like, what's my game state? What's my game state at? Come on, you can fix this. You've got a game state. You can do this from game. Gameplay stage is -1. Okay, I can do this manually because I wasn't using enums at the time because I'm a feckless.
Even.
Yeah. Right. What we want to do is reset for next round 2, reset for next round 3 question, which is case 11. Let's set that and hopefully that will reset. Pog, there we go. It's fine. We're all fine. And we'll carry on hopefully to the next one. Fingers on buzzers, here's question. Tails is a fox. Name one of the farmers or something they produce in the Roald Dahl book Fantastic Mr. Fox. Answer from everyone. And no crashes that time. Hurrah, that's positive. Huds. Farmer Boggers, Farmer Bunts, Farmer Bean, Chickens, Ducks, Geese, Turkeys and Apples. You read it?
I read it when I was much younger. It's been a while since I read this book, but yes, Boggis was a chicken farmer, Bunts was a duck and goose farmer, and Bean was a turkey and apple farmer. As the rhyme goes, Boggis and Bunts and Bean, one fat, one short, one lean. These horrible crooks, so different looks, were nonetheless equally mean.
Good old Roald Dahl. And well done, Small Putty for chicken, Jimmy Diddle for bean, and Mr. Vertigo for bunts. Everyone else, I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, so it's going to be no points, but we reset the podiums and we move right along to question number 3. Fingers on your Hackbox devices. 20 seconds, here it is. Robotnik is a doctor. Name an object that can be surgically removed in the original board game Operation. Adam's apple, broken heart, wrenched ankle, butterflies in stomach, spare ribs, water on the knee, funny bone, Charlie horse, writer's cramp, ankle bone connected to the knee bone, wishbone, brain freeze, and the bread basket with the answers. I'm not going to accept heart. It's specifically a broken heart, because we were after on that one. I'm not going to accept heart, so apologies to CBK, Tyson, and Mr. Vertigo. Those aren't going to fly, but everyone else who got a correct answer, it was unique. Water on the knee to Spokes, spare rib to Colo, bread basket to Peroni, Charlie Horse to Small Putty, and a funny bone to Jimmy Diddle. Huds.
Yeah, this was always a difficult game when I grew up. I always had trouble getting the broken heart. And the wishbone was really awkward as well.
Jerry Harris, welcome to the stream. Those are the points there. Let's reset the podiums. And Bassoonist, once again, we need to toggle yours. I think I've still got... Oh, crap, no, not that one. Let's leave that one there. Let's get your... that one. And a message from our sponsor...
The board game in French was named Dr. Insane. Apparently.
Nemesis Rosa, thank you very much for the 100 bits right there. It's very kind of you. There we go. Let's get rid of that and go on to the next question. The MacGuffins in the Sonic series are Chaos Emeralds. Other than Emerald, name the birthstone of any month of the year. I also need to toggle that one because that's in the wrong place as well. Garnet, Amethyst, Aquamarine, Diamond, Alexandrite, Ruby, Peridot, or Peridot possibly, Sapphire, Tourmaline, Golden Topaz, and Blue Topaz. Incidentally, anyone who put Topaz, we are counting that as Blue Topaz, I believe. Or possibly as Golden Topaz. I can't... I'd have to look at my sheet. Huds, tell us more.
It's being counted as golden topaz. No, sorry, it's being counted as blue topaz, I believe, looking at it. But yeah, loads of different ones. There's a modern set and a traditional set. They do change on some of them. For example, March is aquamarine in modern, but it's bloodstone in traditional. My wife happens to be emerald. Her engagement ring has an emerald on it rather than diamonds, and I bought her an emerald necklace as well for our 3rd wedding anniversary.
Oh, what a nice guy. I'm Peridot, as it happens, and just checked my sheet. Apparently, Topaz was classified as an answer under either both Golden Topaz and Blue Topaz. So it's basically raced you there. But looking at this, it makes relatively little difference because both it was David and Oni who said Topaz, and it's counted them as the same answer, so they've gotten 6 points each, so that's as it should be. Just my logs are wrong. 2 players saying Amethyst, no one going for Garnet there, no one for Aquamarine or Alexandrite or Sapphire, curiously. But the most going out there, 2 points, a few 10s among them as well. Well played. Let's move on to the last question of the round and hope for no more crashes. And Vixie, welcome to the stream. Fingers on buzzers, gang. Here is question number 5. Part of the music for Sonic 3 was written by Michael Jackson. Name a track that features on the first disc, i.e. the greatest hits part of his album History, Past, Present and Future.
My parents had this album. They played it all the time in the car.
It's an awesome album. Really good album. Quick, 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 quick. And you're out of time. Billie Jean, The Way You Make Me Feel, Black or White, Rock With You, She's Out of My Life, Bad, I Just Can't Stop Loving You, Man in the Mirror, Thriller, Beat It, The Girl Is Mine, Remember the Time, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Wanna Be Starting Something, and Heal the World. Huds.
Yeah, interestingly, on disc 2, track 3 is Stranger in Moscow. Sonic fans amongst you will know that very well as the credits track from Sonic 3.
Is it?
It is. It is Stranger in Moscow. Interestingly, the Sonic... I'm fairly certain from memory, the Sonic 3 version came first, and then they turned it into Stranger in Moscow. It wasn't the other way round.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, that would make sense, because... No, hang on. Stranger in Moscow, was that a classic one? Or was that... I thought that was on the second half of the album. Was Stranger in Moscow a right answer?
Stranger in Moscow was on the second disc, so it's not
on
the
the second disc, yes, it was a new track. So yes,
Yeah.
it would have, because the album was 1995 and Sonic 3 was 1994. Four, I think. Dirty Diana and Smooth Criminal, I'm afraid, are not right answers. Neither's PYT. Quite a few big ones there. Players not going for Billie Jean, Black or White, Beat It. No one going for Beat It. And but yeah, 2 going for Thriller, 1 going for Man in the Mirror, and 2 going for Bad. Well done, lots of points going out there. Let's reset the podium and check out the scores at the end of round 3. Right, we definitely don't want to crash going into the next round. Everyone's back in positive figures, which is good to see. Oh, my word. My goodness, my gracious, my goodness. My gracious, it is tighter than something very tight at the top. Peroni has got pole position with 62. Small Putty is gliding overall with 61, and Spokes is in third on 60. Jimmy Diddle with 53. Cola with 45. Mr. Vertigo with 44. Tyson's got 29. David's on 24. Boyganese 22. Bassoonist on 20. Zan 19. And CBK on 13. Very exciting, HUDs. Heating up now.
It's really heating up. I'm really pleased to see some of mine near the top as well. And no one on the minus points at the moment, at least none of our podium players.
And that's a good thing to see, because actually from this point, it is impossible to get to minus points. You can still lose points, but not enough to put you into negative. So everyone will finish on 0 or higher, which is nice, I suppose. Now, HUDs, before we go into round 4, you're going to tell us a story about what happened the first time you played round 4.
Oh, I don't know if I can remember now. It was so long ago.
It's the one where you...
Oh, was it the one? I got like 8 questions in a row correct or something.
You didn't understand the rules, and you bid rather higher than I think you'd planned to.
I bid like 10, like all of it. Or whatever the highest is. I go in for every question.
Yeah, I think you bid 10 or 9 or something, and then you got like the 9th question wrong. And then you would have got the 10th question or something. And
I would have got the 10th question right. Yeah, which would have won me the game, if I recall.
Yeah. So I'll explain those rules in a bit more detail in a minute. I'm just glancing at the chat. Boyga, you shouldn't be able to be kicked. Hackbox doesn't have built-in kick integration. So as long as you are in the same browser, it caches the game room in your browsers. So you should just be able to refresh, join with the same room code, and it should bring you right back in. There's no way it can kick you, because unless I destroy the room and make a new one, which I haven't done. So yeah, try closing the tab, opening a new one, going back to Hackbox, and then same room code. It should just bring you straight back in. Failing that, what's it say? What's it actually saying? Name is cached. It shouldn't make a difference. Colo. What's the message you're actually getting? Yeah, if it's on wait for host to let you in, something has gone wrong somewhere, but it shouldn't ever take you to that screen. Yeah, we'll have some cat cam while we're waiting. Oh, are you there? Good. That sounds like we're there. Hopefully. Good. Excellent. Round 4. Oh, no. Audience scores. Ralph is pinging all over the board. He's back up to third now with 18. Priggs on 27. Shapes on 23. Ralph on 18. ABB 17. Misha 16. Gotta Go Fast on 12. Pyro on 12. Sleepy Sheep on 11. Donata Mole and Batman on 10. Akoma on 7. Iona Sal on 6. Tiggo on 5. Rose on 1. And Delta something on -1. Most people on positive scores. Let's see what you make of round number 4. It's the blind auction. You need to bid on how many questions you can answer on a pair of categories from 1 to 10. Abstaining from bidding will cause a default bid of 1. You'll get 10 increasingly difficult questions on alternating categories. Each question is worth increasingly more points. The first is worth 1, and then 3, and then 5, and 7, and 9, and so on, which totals up to a nice round 100 points if you can answer all 10. If you successfully answer the number of questions you have bid, you bank your points and are frozen out of the rest of the round. Answering a question incorrectly will increase your bid by 1, but there is no penalty for abstention. So you've got to think carefully about this. If you bid, say, 5 and you get the first question wrong, you will then have to get 6 from the remaining 9. And here's the catch. If you fail to reach your bid, you get no points for the round. And if it becomes impossible for you to reach your bid, for example, because you've got 5 but there's only 4 questions left, you are also frozen out for the rest of the round. So think carefully before you bid at the start. The questions do get harder and they will be on 2 alternating categories. You've got to press the button from 1 to 10. If you decide that you've bid too low, then you can throw some questions to artificially increase your bid, but use that strategy with caution. And I will also stress, you do not have to answer every question. If you bid, say, 3, you might think, I'm going to go for the middle 3 questions to maximize my points. So, for example, if you only bid 1 and you answer the first question, congratulations, you get 1 point, but then you sit out for the remaining 9 questions. So think very carefully before you bid. 10 seconds to get your bid in, from 1 to 10. Just press the button that you want to bid on. I will say, in the history of this game, I'm fairly sure this is right, and someone in chat will tell me if I'm wrong, nobody has ever got 10 out of 10. And remember, the questions do get harder.
I was say, unless it's changed from last time you did this, that is still correct, because I recall I would have been the first to do it. I think it was question 9 I got wrong from memory.
Because you accidentally bid 10, yeah, and you got 9 wrong, and you would have known 10.
Yeah.
So bid carefully, bid very carefully. Remember, you can always put your bid up, but the only way to get your bid down is by getting questions right. So think very carefully before you place your bid, because if you don't meet your target, you get nothing for the round. Good luck. The categories are, coming as a surprise to absolutely nobody, Sonic and Knuckles.
How many do you think you can get right? If you think you can do 5, go 5. You need to answer any 5 of the 10 correct. If you get one wrong, you then have to answer 6.
It's saying Colo tried to join the game twice. Colo, are you verified? Have you verified your account? Because you didn't get a bid there. Put you at 1. I didn't get a response from you, CBK. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 10 responses. I didn't get one from Colo and I didn't get one from CBK. You might have been just out of time. Got to keep your eye on the Hackbox thing, because sometimes if you've got a bit of latency, the stream can move on faster. Spokes, though, has gone for 10. A few 7s in here and a couple of 5s, a couple of low bids as well. Let's see how you get on. Remember, if you bid low, you can still get big points. If you want to say question 8 and question 9, they're worth 15 and 17 points. Still worth, quite a lot of points. So, 20 seconds on the clock. Good luck. Here's the first question. Remember, hashtag #HarderGetThey. Ardenfets, welcome to the stream. Here's question 1. The little-known video game character Sonic the Hedgehog is predominantly what colour? And you don't have to answer. No penalties for abstention. If you want to wait until there's some harder questions later on.
Bigger points later on if you wait.
And CBK getting the correct answer, but with a bid of 1. That means you get your 1 point CBK, and you're frozen out for the rest of the round. But you get your blue, all the same, your 1 point there. Colo, I think that's a deliberate wrong answer, because he's trying to artificially inflate his bid here, because for some reason the bidding mechanism didn't work there. But 5 players getting it right. Tyson Spokes, Peroni, Jimmy Diddle, and Strathy all getting blue. Anything to say, Huds?
I mean, he's back there on my side, so there you go.
I've got one up here as well, actually. It's just out of shop, but yeah. And
so you're literally wearing it.
Wearing a Sonic 2. Blue was the answer. Let's move on. Colo now needing 2. Spokes, all nice on Spokes, still needing 9. Let's go on to question number 2. Take a look at this. It'll be on the category of Knuckles. For 3 points, Sonic's sparring partner Knuckles, who is red, by the way, is an example of which spine-covered animal?
CBK, you definitely would have got this.
Boycanays are going for John Wick. I'm going to assume that is an attempt to artificially increase your bid there, Boycanays, which you are going to do. You're now up to requiring 3 out of the remaining 8. Yes, he's an echidna. Huds.
Yes, he is indeed an echidna. First appeared in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 in 1994, which is well known for being a brilliant game that is definitely not buggy and is definitely not held together by sellotape and dreams.
Very nice. Echidna was the right answer. Most of us getting that. Let's reset the podiums. No one else banking out just yet. Colo now needing 1. He may artificially increase his bid again. A few 3s in there, but we've got some time left. Next question, moving back to Sonic. Take a look at this. For 5 points, running at a speed of 130 kilometers an hour, Sonic is the name of an express train running in which country, the birthplace of the famous hedgehog?
The McDonald's promotion that pushed that game out early, did you know?
Really?
Yeah, true.
It's Japan! Huds, tell us more.
Yep, not the Bullet Train, which I'm sure everyone may have been thinking, but instead an express train in Japan. That having been said, Bullet Train the film, brilliant film, very underrated. If you get a chance to watch it, watch it. It's great.
Lovely stuff. Colo going for Moldova. I'm guessing another artificial increase of the bid there. So Colo now up to a target of 2. Let's reset the podiums. No one else banking out yet. We've got lots of 2s here. Bassoon is needing 2. Tyson, Colo, Oni all needing 2. Spoke still needing all 7. A couple of 5s in here as well. And a few 3s and 4s as well. Let's go to the next question. Back to Knuckles. Take a look at this. For 7 points, an old wives' tale that is actually not true. Cracking your knuckles supposedly gives you what condition associated with pain and inflammation of the joints?
You crack your knuckles?
Yeah. I use my hands.
Go on.
I was going to say, I use my hands for a living. I played the piano before I started programming. I still play the piano, so it's sort of like part of the course. Rheumatoid arthritis. We did accept arthritis. Do you crack yours?
Oh, I can only do these 2 fingers, believe it or not. And I'm not swearing at you. I can only do those 2 fingers. But yeah, I've heard the old wives' tale that it can cause arthritis. It doesn't. They've done studies on it. It doesn't.
It's actually the release of air that's been. This is why you can't do them like just consistently. It's the release of air from the joints. There's nothing to do with it. I do my shoulders. Have a listen to this. It's not going to go now. Did that come through?
Oh, look at that.
I'll try that one as well.
Oh, what?
Yeah, shoulders are the best.
How?
I don't know. They just always have. And neck, very occasionally I can. But yeah, I can crack them that way and that way.
Actually, the best one I can do, if I cross my legs over and then try and pull them like apart against each other, I can crack my pelvis. The only problem is I can't do it in public. It sounds like I'm farting.
That's what it is. That's all that's happening.
It's not. I can genuinely crack my pelvis.
So my party trick, I can crack my pelvis. There's no, he's just got wind. Puzzle Dan and Batty Man, welcome to the stream. And so I've got to stop showing my crack live on the internet. That's really bad for so many reasons. Arthritis was the right answer. Bassoon is going for carpal tunnel, not the correct answer. You're going to get an extra pip, as it were. There were pips in the old game. It's now a target score. Let's reset the podiums. Still nobody banking out, but we've got a couple of 1s. Oni and Colo now requiring 1. We've had 4 questions with 6 to go. Spoke still needing all 6. Here's the next one. We're back to Sonic. For 9 points, supersonic speed is characterised as an object that moves faster than the speed of sound, commonly referred to by which 4-letter word followed by a number? I've just seen one of the answers. I see the answers coming in real time. Colo's just not elected for twat on this one, which is not the answer. Hubris Pip Ben from Oni. He's not wanting to bank out yet. He wants that other Pip. Mac is the answer. Small Putty, I am inclined to give that to you, even though it said followed by a number. It's arguably ambiguous as to whether or not it wanted you to include a number. So I am going to allow you to have that because I'm feeling in a good mood. And of course, it's all for charity. So Small Putty, Zoom, Mac 10. Yeah, we'll allow that. You're down to 3. Huds, tell us more.
Yeah, so Mach 1 is equal to the speed of sound, or about 768 miles per hour. The Concorde, famous supersonic plane that was retired back in the early 2000s, actually built just up the road from me here in Bristol.
Very nice indeed. So, extra pips going out to Colo and Oni, who are now moving back up to 2. No one else banking out just yet by the looks of it. Let's reset the podiums. Tyson now down to requiring 1. Everyone else needing 2 or more. We're halfway through with just 5 questions to go. Here's question 6 on Bassoonist. Oh, did Bassoonist have Mac 10? Oh, okay, I can overrun.
Bassoonist did.
My bad. I should be able to override that. Hang fire just a moment. Bassoonist. Display player data. Round 3 answer index -1. Mac 10 response to yes, Mac 10. You're right. They certainly did. So new bid value 2 because you would have got that one right. Overwrite data. That should...
While you're doing that, I just. Oh, go on. Sorry.
That should update. It hasn't updated the mesh bassoonist, but that should update, and I will retroactively add on however many points that question was worth at the end of the round in that case. But yes, that should have been done. Huds, back to you.
I'm just going to give a quick heads up, especially to our good friend Xanon. There are 5 questions left. If you get this one wrong, you will be out. There won't be enough left for you to answer.
Yes, you've got to bear that in mind. If the questions exceed, or if your target exceeds the number of questions left, then you do get frozen out. Bassoonist, we'll keep an eye on this. You should be down to requiring 2. We'll see what happens the rest of the round. For now, here is your next question. Fingers on keyboards. Here we go. For 11 points, alongside Ritzy, Angelo, Louie and Babyface, Knuckles is a supporting character and member of a gang in which 1976 film musical? As Bassoonist gets this, there's 9 points from the previous question I will need to manually add on. It's Bugsy Malone. Xana with the answer in clutch time. Little Rascals. Bassoonist, you see your target has gone down to 2. You're going to go back up to 3. If you still manage to bank out, I owe you 9 points. If you don't manage to bank out, it's academic. Bugsy Malone was the answer. A lot of wrong answers there. West Side Story, Grease, and I don't know. Boygenazer, you could have abstained. You could have abstained. If you answer and get it wrong, you get a pip. If you abstain, you don't. So that might be spelling trouble for you. Huds, tell us more about Bugsy Malone.
Yeah, Bugsy Malone. I've never actually seen the film. I hear it's good, but apparently they all work for Fat Sam and are the rivals of Dandy Dan's gang.
Indeed, they are. I was MD of that when I was teaching high school. We MD'd it. It was the third production we'd done in a year, in an academic year. That year was bonkers, but it's really funny show. It's really good fun. Well done if you got that. Bugsy Malone was the correct answer. Let's reset the podiums. Oh, Spokes! You've gone grey because you went for West Side Story. You are frozen out. There are not enough questions left for you to hit your target of 10. Good effort, but bad luck on that one. You've gone grayscale. Peroni and Colo and Mr. Vertigo all requiring 1. Everyone else needing 3 or 4. There are 4 questions left. If you need 4, you've got to get them all right. If you need 3, you can afford 1 more abstention, but no more wrong answers. Good luck. Here is the next question. For 13 points, in the original Tomb Raider game, Lara Croft is charged with recovering what artifact, an anagram of Sonic?
Oh, this is a great question. Fantastic game, the original Tomb Raider as well.
It is.
Both of us very, very familiar. No one look up the clip from my channel, thanks.
Was that from last year's marathon?
No, that was one of my first ever streams.
Oh, really? It's the Atlantean Skion. We accepted Skion on its own, but Nikos and Coins, I'm afraid we won't. Neither can we accept Icons. There are a few anagrams of Sonic, so I thought that was a sensible question to go for, and Coins is, we think, is the answer, but no, it's the Skion. Cauliflower, welcome to the stream. Huds, tell us more.
Yeah, really interesting. Many people will actually pronounce it the Scion, but if you actually watch the cutscenes, they do clearly pronounce it as Skion. 3 separate parts spread across the world, brought back together for reasons. The plot doesn't really get into it much.
No, but I think it's a good fun game. I really like, despite what everyone else seems to think, I really like Tomb Raider Anniversary. Other people...
Oh, I enjoyed Anniversary.
It's good to play. I don't think it's good as a speedrun because of a particular glitch in it, but... that's the way it goes. I think we're going to have some freeze-outs here. Small Putty, I think you have been frozen out because you didn't answer that one and you did need to give me an answer. Anyone else frozen out? Let's find out. Bassoonist and Boygenazer is all academic because you got your bids, Bassoonist, but frozen out all the same. We're down to the last few questions. 3 to go. Jimmy, you do need all 3 of them. Tyson and Mr. Vertigo, you can afford to get 1 wrong and still get out if it's this next one, but 1 right answer and you're through. Kolo, Xanon, 2 required from 3. Good luck. Here is the question. For 15 points, Scatterjack, Snobs, Astragalus, Tully, Dibs, Five Stones, and Jax are all alternative names for which game with Knuckle in its name? Colo's going to wait 1 more question. He's going to put all his eggs in the basket. The last 2, Knuckle Bones is what we wanted. Well done, Jimmy and Xanon getting that one. Huds.
Yeah, I knew this game as Jax when I was growing up. The name Knucklebones, though, is actually derived from the ancient Greek version of the game, which uses the astragalus, which is a bone in the ankle of the sheep.
Not the knuckles. I suppose sheep don't really have knuckles, do they? You could use actual knuckle bones. That's more sort of the 18+ version. Well done, everyone else abstaining there, but Jimmy and Xanon getting that one right. Let's reset the podiums. And with 2 questions to go, Jimmy, Colo, and David require all 3. Mr. Vertigo, Tyson, Zanon, you can have either or, but you can't get one wrong. Good luck. Here's the next question. For 17 points, the first enemy encountered in the original Genesis edition of Sonic the Hedgehog is a robotic version of what insect?
Let's see who knows their Sonic 1. Every speedrun, you'll always see it.
Oh, we split the room. Zanon has banked his points out, getting Ladybug. Ladybug or Ladybird, I would accept. Zanon banking out big points there, banking out a total of 68 points. That's a great game there, Zanon. You're up to 87 in total. Huds, it's a Ladybird.
It is indeed a ladybug. It's the Moto bug. You may affectionately know it as Jimmy. Jimmy is actually the Moto bug from Sonic Mania that's ridden by one of the hard-boiled heavies, but affectionately all of them are known as Jimmys to us now. But yeah, the Moto bug.
I played it so many different ways to make sure it is that and not the Buzz Bomber, which is sort of the fly. But no matter which way you do it, it is always the Motterbug that appears first in the first game. Caterpillars don't appear until Marble Zone, which is the second level. Crab is in Green Hill, but a little bit further down the line. I'm afraid those are wrong answers. It's gonna mean that Colo and David, you are gonna be frozen out and go grayscale, and I think Tyson possibly as well. Yes, unfortunately, because there's only 1 question left and your bid goes up to 2. So, Jimmy and Mr. Vertigo, can you bank out? So far, only Zanon and CBK have banked out of this round. Jimmy and Mr. Vertigo, you could make bank here. You need to get this last question right. 20 seconds. Good luck. Here it is. And it's going to be on Knuckles. For 19 points, the knuckles are found in the hand. How many bones are there in total in a fully functioning human wrist/hand? Common medical fact, but do you know it? Oh, Oni's banked out as well. I missed that. Oni, will you please accept my sincere apologies for missing you there, backing out 40 points. I'm a bit distracted by everything that broke earlier on. Mr. Vertigo's got there. 27 is the answer. Banking out 43 points. Jimmy going for 8, not the right answer. Huds, can you tell us more?
Oh, Jimmy, so close. If it was just the wrist, you would have been correct. There are 8 carpals in the wrist. But there are also 5 metacarpals in the palm and 14 further bones in the digits and the fingers and the thumbs. And the question did ask for the human wrist and hand.
Unfortunately, Jimmy, a great effort, but unfortunately not going to bank out there. But Mr. Vertigo picking up 43 at the end of that and tying with Zanon. They're going to be in joint second place. This is going to make for a very interesting final. Let's reset the podiums and check out the scores. It's Oni who's got pole position on 102. Zanon and Mr. Vertigo are tied in second on 87. Small Putty's got 61. Spokes on 60. Jimmy Diddle with 53. Colo on 45. Tyson 29. David on 24. Boyganese 22. Bassoonist on 20. And CBK on 14. But all of that could change. Let's just check out the lobby scores. Ralph is back at the top on 64. So it feels like all is right with the world. Prug's on 45. Pyro 28. ABB 26. Gotta Go Fast 25. Shapester on 23. Sleepy Sheep on 20. Misha on 16. Natter and Batman on 10. Akoma on 8. Iron Asal on 6. Tig on 5. Rosa on 2. And Del Taddy on -1. But we've got one more round to go. And this is the one that could make all the difference. It's round 5. It's the big finish. If you've seen Jeopardy, you will know how this game works. Wager from 10 points up to your current score based on a category. If you do not have at least 10 points, you will be given a default bid of 10. Answer the puzzle-based question within 30 seconds. Answering correctly will win you your wager. Answering incorrectly will lose you your wager. Abstention will be treated as wrong. If you don't get a bid in, you will be given an automatic default bid of 10. This is the only round where you have to type your bid. Hopefully you can have a look at the scores. They should be displaying on your Hatbox devices now, so you can make a reasoned guess, an educated guess as to what would be a sensible amount to wager. Do you want to just wager enough to overtake the person who's just ahead of you? Do you want to play for one of the gold, silver, or bronze medals up at the top? Lots to think about in this round. You get a category, you'll get 30 seconds. They will go quickly, and I will tell you for nothing, the answer to this question is a number. You've got 30 seconds. You know what? I'm going to give you extra time to think about this, which means the music will come out of sync. I am going to give you closer to 45 seconds because there's a lot of reading in the question and then a little bit of working out and responding. So I'm going to extend the time ever so slightly for you. Such is my generosity.
Before we start this, Ben, just to interrupt,
Mm.
would it be worth telling them about, just to maybe entice them to go a little bit higher, about what the potential prize might be for them?
I think that would be a splendid idea for our dynamic dozen in the hot seat. Huds, what are you offering for the winner of Google That?
Yeah, to entice some of you out there, if you're looking at it thinking, you know what, I'll just play it safe right now. No. You're going to want to bet big, because if you win tonight, you will receive a copy, and keeping it in theme, of Sonic Frontiers on PC. It'll be delivered via Steam code, so you need to have a PC, but you will win a copy of Sonic Frontiers. So if you want to win a copy of that, consider betting big.
Something to think about. So, the answer will be a number. There will be some working out involved. How much of your stake do you want to wager? Anything from 10 up to your current score. Now, if you're low, if you're on the lower end of the scoring system, your safest bet, your best chance of winning is to throw it all in. If you're on the higher end, you maybe have a slightly more difficult decision to make. We'll find out what you're going to do. You've got 10 seconds to make your bid, and I'm going to extend the timing on the bidding as well, which again means the music will step out of sync. Can I do that? Yes, I can. So I'm going to give, just to make sure everyone gets their bid in, because you must type your bid here. Get ready for the final category. Slightly more than 10 seconds to get your bid in, which is... Gotta go fast. It's a good thing I did extend the time. Everyone's got a bid in. Quick. CBK, I can slow it down even more, but I can't slow it down much more than that. Need a bid, CBK? Otherwise it's going to be a default of 10.
They did.
And we're out of time. Okay, so... Oh, you did! Well, it's a difference between 10 and 14. The maximum would have been 14. If you tell you what, if you're correct, I will add on your extra points that you would have got, which would be an extra 4 points. So, I'm going to give you a full minute on this. A full minute, which means the countdown is going to be 6 seconds, and the music is going to come out of sync, so we will have to vamp over the end. The category has got to go fast. I can see your wagers, but I don't see your answers as they come in, and we mark them in real time.
CBK tried entering less than 10.
Oh, that'll be why it didn't accept it then. Yes, you've got to enter 10 or more. Good luck. The category has got to go fast. Here is the big finish question. Tension. Here we go. The speed running world record for a glitch run of Sonic the Hedgehog is 516 seconds. If this record was set by Usain Bolt, who immediately followed it with a 200-meter sprint that matched his current world record, what would the total combined time in seconds be to the nearest second?
Really funny is the first time I read this question, I looked at it and was like, hang on, what? How am I supposed to know that? But then I realised you give the number of seconds to the Sonic the Hedgehog side.
I do indeed. You've got to read the question. I'm playing the track again. Need some more answers. Gotta go fast, but I'll give you extra time. Zanem, Boyganese, Oni, I need something from you. There's something from Oni. Go on, Zanem. What are you going for? Oh, just in the nick of time, did Boyganese get an answer in? I don't know, but that is time up. Well, nothing more to be done. But the first thing I can do is show you the correct answer, which is 535 seconds. Huds, talk us through it.
Yeah, Usain Bolt set the 200-meter world record in 2009 of 19.19 seconds. So 516 seconds for Yandis's Sonic 1 world record set 5 months ago, plus the 19 seconds, because it's rounded to the nearest second, which means we round down, 516 plus 19 equals 535.
I will get HUDs while I'm revealing the answers to double check the maths and see if tenths of a second make any difference on this to round it up to 536. I have got the power, certainly for the audience game, to allow answers if it says 536, if we believe that could be a correct answer, but I believe to the nearest second it is 535, but HUDs will just very quickly go and double check that while we make a start on the answers, starting with CBK, who said... no. Well, I can say with some certainty that's not a right answer. You're going to lose 10 points. You're down to 4. But thank you very much for playing. On to Bassoonist. Started with 20. 525. Not what we've got on the card. It's 535 that we needed. Good attempt, but not the one. You're going to lose 18 points, taking you back down to 2. Boyganezer, I don't think we saw an answer from you. No answer, I'm afraid. You're going to lose 12 points, dropping you back down to 10. Though you've got the lead at the moment. Strathty, currently on 24. What did you say? 535. That is what we wanted. How many points? Doubling up to 48. Dave takes the lead. Tyson, currently sat on 29. What did you say? 535. That's what we wanted. How much did you wager? Just 11, taking you up to 40 and into second place. Well played there. Going up to Colo, who started with 45. 535. That's the answer. Taking another 41 up to 86 and into the lead. Jimmy Diddle started with 53. What did you say? 535. That's what we wanted. All but one taking you into the lead with 105. Spokes, you started with 60. 537. You're just out. 2 seconds out. We can't allow it. How many points did you wager? Oh, Spokes all 60. Crashing back down to 0. But thank you for playing. Small Putty. 520, that's not the answer we have, I'm afraid. You started with 61. How many are you going to lose? 30, dropping you back down to 31. On to the top row, starting with Mr. Vertigo, who had 87. 535, that is the right answer. How much did you wager? Just 10, a safe 10, taking it up to 97. I think that's second place. Zanon starting with 87. What did you say? 540, he's gone 5 too high. It's not the right answer. Zanon, how many are you going to lose? 25, dropping you to 62, so it all comes down to Oni. Started with 102. Oh, Oni! Huds, can we get a verification? Is there any way that could be construed as the right answer?
The 200-meter world record was set by Usain Bolt in the 2009 IAAF World Championships. It stands at 19.19 seconds.
19.19. There is no way you could construe 19.19 can round you up to 536. So only it is a wrong answer, but how many points did you wager? Just 11. What does that mean? Who's the winner? Let's find out. Has Mr. Vertigo got there? It's Jimmy Diddle who takes it with 105. Jimmy, you are our Google That champion. Enormous congratulations to you. Very well played. Mr. Vertigo is gliding overall on 97, takes the silver medal, and it's Oni who picks up the bronze with 91. Hibby, welcome to the stream. We'll chat more with you in just a second, I'm sure. Oh, what a game, but absolute scenes at the end there with Jimmy Diddle taking the gold medal seemingly out of nowhere, firing his way up the ranks and into the top spot. Huds, what a game.
What a fantastic game. A bit of a false start, so to speak, but...
yeah, a little bit. Apologies for that.
Hey, if we're doing it live, it's incredible that these kind of things are possible in this day and age. Yeah, a really nail-biting end there, and well done to Jimmy. Congratulations, you are the winner of a copy of Sonic Frontiers. I'll be in touch with you after the stream, my friend.
And the much coveted, of course, gold medal, which goes in your medal cabinet over on the Persephone's Chair website, and is yours to keep for all eternity. Let's just take a look at our lobby game and see how our audience got on. And thank you very much for that follow. Vixie, welcome to the fam. Ralph takes the win with 91. It all comes back around in the end. Pyro second with 56. AB me with 52. And you'll get a lobby medal for your efforts there, Ralph, as well. I know you lost some points at the beginning because we lost round one, but you climbed your way back up and taken that top spot. So very, very well played. Mrs. Flush is here.
I just wanted to come say hi to Huds quickly, actually.
Oh, so say Mrs.
Hi,
Mrs.
Flush.
Flush wants to say hi to Huds, but not everyone else on the stream.
Oh, no, I'll say hi to everyone else, but yeah. Hi, how's it going?
Hello, lovely to see you. It's going great.
Good. Looks
Your
like
husband is a fantastic developer and never makes any mistakes in his code.
I heard that.
He's
Yeah.
great, isn't he? Yeah, of course. We love Mr. Flush. I'm gonna go.
He's doing a great job.
We need to wrap. We've got Face Off to go.
Oh,
be
have
very
a good
exciting.
time. I'll
So
let you
be
guys get
trying.
back to Face Off, but I thought I'd stop and say hi to everyone. Hello. We popped down to the beach after
How was
the
it?
session. Oh, it was so needed. We want to go again tomorrow night.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm quitting tomorrow night. Otherwise, I'll join you.
See.
We'll get there.
All right.
Well,
Have a good night, guys. Thought I'd drop by, say hi. Good to see you all. Have a good evening.
So, Mrs. Flush just popping in to say hi there, and congratulations to our lobbyists, and most of all to our 3 medalists, Oni with the bronze, Mr. Vertigo with the silver, and Jimmy with the gold. Huds, thank you very much for being my pointless friend. Have you enjoyed it?
I have loved it. It's always a pleasure being on here with you. Thank you very much for inviting me to do this once again.
Well, I have to say it's really lovely having a bit of a sparring partner to go through the details, because it means I can look at other things that are breaking, and hopefully again, apologies for the breakages in that. It's developing your own software and say this. So this is supposed to be a newer build, and it's supposed to have a sort of recovery mode, but there's obviously some gremlins in that. I know I've seen a message from G. Eisens who's given me a potential reason as to what it was all about, but hopefully you all had fun all the same with those questions. A reminder that this is all in aid of Bristol Pride, which Huds is doing a fundraiser for all throughout the month of June, and he's doing streams pretty well. It seems like every night in June over on his channel. So go give him a follow, and if you're in a position to, do donate some money as well. Now, Huds, having just thanked me for that, I fear he may be about to retract said thanks, because he's been dishing it out here all night, but in a minute he's got to try and take it, because after the break, Huds, Hibby, CPK and RPG are all going into the face-off arena for the battle of Huds' moderation team. For those of you who haven't seen Face Off before, it is a nerve-shredding experience from the audience point of view, and even more so for the players involved. It's a lot of fun. I think it's got good spectator value, so there's no audience participation on this, but it's one of those sort of scream the answers at the screen. Ideally not in chat, please don't shout the answers out in chat, but screaming the answers out at the screen, and we'll see who the greatest moderator is. It's going to be huge fun, and I'm very much looking forward to hosting that. We've got to get everyone ready for that, so we're going to take a short break. I'll play some adverts, but if you're subbed you won't see them, but we won't start the next game without you, so don't worry about that. We're going to go and get ready for some face-off action. I'm very much looking forward to it. Thank you again to everybody for taking part. Congratulations to our winners, and we'll see you on the other side of the break for some face-off. See you there. I am still convinced, audience, that Googled that thing isn't as high as it should be. But never mind. I'm going to go to BRB, which means if Huds decides to talk now, we won't be able to hear him. But let's put some music on. Give us 5 or 6 minutes just to get everything set up. We'll roll some adverts, and we'll see you in a few minutes' time for Face Off. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the second part of a very special game night on right here on twitch.tv/royal_flush. Notacat, welcome to the stream. Thank you as well to Calliope and the Sleepy Space Sheep for the follows. Sleepy Space Sheep, your alert will go off once I unmute alerts, which I will do after this game because it's very important for this game that alerts are muted. As I mentioned earlier, it's a bit of a nerve shredder, and I've got 4 very nervous players waiting in the wings for their chance to tempt the fates of Face Off. For those of you who aren't familiar with the rules, maybe haven't seen Face Off before, it's a relatively simple format. I've got 4 players. Each of them will start with 60 seconds on their clock. They'll get a general knowledge question. If they get it right, their clock stops and it moves on to the next player. If they get it wrong, they will get another question until either they get one right or they run out of time. The first player to run out of time will be eliminated from the game. We rinse and repeat with 3 players and 90 seconds, and then 4 players and 120 seconds. All of the podiums will change from round to round, with the player who has the most time left going furthest on the right in subsequent rounds. Just in case you're wondering why the ordering has changed, when we were formatting the rules, it was decided that going first gives you a slight disadvantage. Not sure if that is the case, but that's what we stuck with. So, hope you're ready for a treat. This should be really good fun. Let's meet tonight's players. We've got Huds. He's 33 years old. He's an IT manager from Bristol in the UK. And hang fire just a second, I'm just loading up some stuff. We've got Hibby. Hibby is 22 years old, the speedrun showrunner from Coleraine in the UK. We've got RPG. He's a 34-year-old teaching assistant from Birmingham. And we've got CBK. She's a 31-year-old designer from the UK. To all 4 of you, good evening and welcome to Face Off. Huds, we'll come to you first. On the other side of the table, as it were. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling fine. I love the fact that my job title is just IT manager, the most boring of job titles one could possibly have. It means nothing.
You gave it to me. It could have been anything you want, but obviously I know things that aren't necessarily public knowledge. So we'll stick with IT manager. So how are you feeling coming into the Face Off arena? It's just general knowledge, fast-paced quizzing. Does that sound good? I frequently suffer with streamer brain at the best of times. My general knowledge is terrible. I can't remember a thing. This is going to be great. Well, I certainly hope so. Now, tell us more about your phobia of blocked toilets.
Yeah, I don't really know where this started, but okay, so when you flush the toilet, right? And if it gets blocked, suddenly the water starts rising all the way up, and it looks like it's about to go over the top. Yeah? I've never felt fear like that in my life. Every time it happens, I just want to run for my life. I hate it. It's horrible. Like, sweaty and everything. I can't stand it. No, just the worst. Toilets aren't meant to be full of water.
No, we're having an intermittent block drain down our downstairs toilet at the moment. So maybe as and when you come over, we'll avoid the downstairs loo, I think, but just in case. Are you a nervous peer generally, or is it just the blocking?
No, not at all. I've got a bladder of steel. I can hold it for hours upon hours.
Right, good. Well, that answers all of those questions, which I'm sure everyone is now delighted to know. Huds, welcome to the Face Off arena. Great to have you here. And Huds is going to be facing off against Hibby. Good evening, Hibby.
Good evening, good evening.
Now, a speedrun showrunner. Tell me more about what that entails.
Indeed. So every other Saturday on the Games Done Quick channel, I get to host a very strange show which looks at region-exclusive games being speedrun as well as handheld games. So I get to organise those, I get to host them, much like how you're hosting your game show here. And yeah, just having fun with speedrunners around the speedrun landscape, which is good fun. I enjoy it.
Excellent. And Coleraine, forgive me, my geography is not brilliant. Which roughly in the country is that? Because that is not is a new name to me, Coleraine.
So interestingly, when I was putting my location down, I thought this was like where we're currently based at the moment.
Right, okay.
Which we'll go with that anyway. But Coleraine is currently, well, I think has always been in Northern Ireland, but that is where I am currently.
So
yes, I only moved over here at the end of last year, but It's a nice place, and I tell you what, it's not as hot as the mainland, which I will take any day of the week because, oh my goodness, even here it's too hot, and I can't imagine what it's like in other places.
It's I'm on the south coast of England at the moment, and it's about 40 billion degrees in my office right now.
Oh, that's where I was before. That's where I was before moving over.
It's very warm. Do you do much quiz, either speed quiz or casual quiz?
I do watch, the occasional like TV show. Nowhere near as much as I used to, but I do watch the occasional TV show, and I realise, like, I'll sort of point and laugh at people, and I'll be like, "How did they not get that?" And then I'm waiting for my nerves to be like, "You are not going to answer anything for the next 60 seconds." So
shoot on the other foot. We'll see if you can take it as well. And just finally, tell me about when you were stranded by your school in a cafe in Rwanda.
Yeah, niche anecdote of mine. We took a school trip to Rwanda. I spent longer in the toilets than the rest of the group, and they thought they had all the numbers. So they took their bus back to where we were staying, and I was left there, and I just sort of sat outside for a bit, and a guy came up and was just like, "Hey, were you with the school?" And I was just like, "Yes," and he was just like, "Oh, I've been rang up, we'll get you a taxi," and the taxi driver did not speak any English, bless him. He did get me there in the end. He did know where he was going. He did drive past the place at one point, and I had to sort of gesture to say, "Oh no, turn around, please." But I did make it back.
Word.
There was a part of me that thought the biggest flex would be to go back on a boda, like a motorbike taxi. Because I think the teachers would have. I think they would have collapsed, but no, I made it back all right, and I lived to tell the tale. So
very glad to hear that. But that's you could dine out on that story for a while. Hibby, great to have you here. Thank you very much for joining us, and the best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
And facing off against Hudson Hibby is RPG. RPG, hello.
Good evening.
And how are we keeping? I was up in Birmingham. It's a little bit cooler, I think, than where I am.
Yeah, I'm from Birmingham. It's actually been a relatively tolerable temperature. It's a little on the warm side, but it's okay. It's fine. I can take it.
So what's you want? And it's actually, I come from there, sort of that sort of part of the world originally. I'm from a little town called Burton-on-Trent. It's about 45 minutes from Birmingham.
Do you know the name?
Yeah, famous for beer and Marmite and absolutely nothing else. So, teaching assistant. How long have you been in education?
So I've been in education for 5 years. I was a classroom teacher for, all of those 5 years, funnily enough. And in the wise words of the great prophet Peter Kay, no thank you. I still want to work in education. So I'm career pivoting to teaching assistant to give that a go.
Nice. I have to say, as a retired teacher myself, it does take a lot. It does take a lot out of you. It's very, very intensive
really
job.
does.
It can be very, very, very rewarding. But I tip my hat to anyone who goes into the world of education. So yeah. Now, apparently, and this sounds like an XKCD comic, but your intelligence drops negative levels when in the proximity of cats.
That is true.
The animal, not the musical, I'm assuming here.
Oh, definitely the animal and not the musical. Good lord.
Tell us more about how did you discover this? Was this sort of just making inane statements whenever there's a cat in arm's reach?
I mean, more or less, but I have a very, very old cat that is affectionately nicknamed Babushka because she is an ancient grandma. And
that makes sense.
She has one brain cell, and I'm fairly certain that when in proximity to me, she gradually leaches my brain cells and evaporates them.
That sounds like something a cat would do, to be honest. Well, RPG, hopefully there are no cats within arm's reach at the moment, and you can use all your brain cells in the face-off arena. The very best of luck to you tonight.
Thank you very much.
And facing off against Huds, Hibby, and RPG is CBK. CBK, good evening and welcome.
Hello, hi Ben. Thank you.
How are you keeping?
Yeah, good, thank you. It's pretty hot down here. I'm down in the southeast, sorry. So it's pretty hot actually.
Southeast. How are we? Lowest off east? Are we Brighton east or a bit further?
Nearest London, like Essex area.
Oh, okay, Essex. Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So you're a designer, and I think if my sources are correct, you are responsible for at least 50% of the designs that we can see on screen at the moment. Is that right?
Actually, yeah, 3 of the profile pictures are made by me.
75%.
Yeah. So Yeah, my day job is a graphic designer, so I do like a kind of all-round design stuff, like video, animation, like graphic design stuff. I also love doing illustrations in my free time, and yeah, I love doing emotes as well. So everyone's kindly, commissioned me, and yeah.
Well, it's a really good thing. I'm deeply envious of people who can do art. So my wife can do drawing, and I know lots of people who can draw. And despite being an artistic sort of person and a musician, drawing is a skill that I think I must have been off sick that day when they gave out the thing. But I have to say, I love your work. As I say, I've got some of Huds' stickers on my desk, so really big fan of your stuff.
Oh. Thank you. Well, I mean, on that hand, I'm not very good with music, so I think maybe we get one creative talent, and then
and then maybe that's it. So between the two of us, we'd be brilliant. Music and art, we've got it covered. Now, ice cream flavours. You're into mint choc chip. I imagine you're having a bit of that at the moment in the heat.
Yeah, I think when I wrote this, like, it's so hot at the moment, I've been like craving ice cream, and it's like on the brain right now. And I love mint choc chip. Like, it's just so refreshing and so good.
Controversial question. Controversial question. Which is better, a regular feast or a mint choc chip feast?
Oh, I mean, I'm going to go for a mint choc chip feast. But I mean, I love feast either way. Like, it's one of my favourites.
I happen to agree with you that the mint one is better, and we will be taking no further questions from chat at this time. We had a thing at work recently where we had to rank ice creams, and the drama it caused, it wasn't even fun.
Oh god, it always does. Like when you ask people their favourite ice cream flavour, like all the things come out.
It all comes out of the woodwork. CBK, it's great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. Chat, I will just say at this point, I can't see the chat because I have to have my face-off notes full screen, because obviously I've got quite a lot of questions to read quite quickly. So forgive me if you say something important that I missed, but do feel free to send me a DM or pop over into the Discord, which is something I've not actually mentioned tonight. I'm going to temporarily minimise that just so that I can type the Discord handle into there. Do come and join us, it'd be great to see you. Huds, Hibby, RPG, CBK, you have been chosen to battle in the face-off arena. I hope you're all ready to play. I think we should begin. Let's go to the face-off arena. All right, 60 seconds for each of you on your clock. Get a question right, your clock stops, moves on to the next player. Get a question wrong, you'll get another question until you get one right. When someone runs out of time, they are eliminated, and then we will continue. Hope that we're all going to have a good time, if a slightly stressful time, possibly. Good sort of stress. Just want to make sure everyone is unmuted at this point. You can mute in between questions if you like, but if you forget to unmute, I will have to wait until you come in with an answer. I won't mark it wrong until I hear something. If you don't know an answer, you can just say pass. You can interrupt me, either to say pass or to answer the question, but I must take the first answer that you give. The very best of luck to all four of you. Huds, you're on the short straw, also because you're the blue one, and so you're on the blue podium. You're going to be answering questions first. Best of luck to all four of you, and Huds, your time starts now. Huds, who played the title character in the cult 1986 film Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Pass.
Matthew Broderick. Glaucoma and conjunctivitis affect which organs of the body?
Oh, throat?
No, it's the eyes. Salsa, twist, and frug are all types of what?
Dip.
No, they're dances. Which mythological reptile said to live in fire shares its name with a type of amphibian related to the newt?
Dragon?
No, it's a salamander. What eye is a cut in the skin or other part of the body made by a surgeon?
Incision.
That's the one. Hibby, carbohydrates are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and which other element?
Pass.
It's oxygen. How many feet off the ground is the crossbar of the goalpost in senior football?
7 feet.
It's 8 feet. In which Italian city would you find Marco Polo Airport?
Pass.
It's in Venice. What T is the name given to a ring of rubber fitted around the rim of a wheel that is usually filled with air?
Tire.
It is a tyre. RPG, classical composer Ludwig van Beethoven spent the final years of his life without which sense?
Hearing.
Correct. CBK, what A is used to describe an area of land which is barren or unproductive due to lack of moisture?
Arid?
That's the one. Huds, which northern Italian city was Right Said Fred too sexy for, according to the lyrics of their 1991 hit single?
Pass.
It's Milan. In France, which famous palace 10 miles southwest of Paris was once a royal residence and centre of government?
Oh, I can't remember. Pass.
It's Versailles. What A is the name of a disease that creates inflammation of joints, pain, and restriction of movement?
Arthritis.
That's the one. Hibby, what H is the term for either the left or the right side of the human brain?
Humorous?
No, it's hemisphere.
Nope.
The Estadio de Maracana is the largest football stadium in which country?
Mexico.
It's Brazil. In the Crimean War, which lady famous for her lamp was in charge of nursing at the Scuturi military
Pass.
hospital? It's Florence Nightingale. Peter Ilyich were the first names of which 19th century Russian composer?
Pass.
It's Tchaikovsky. An electrocardiograph is an instrument that records the electrical activity of which organ of the body?
Brain.
That's the heart. In which country was the children's TV program Skippy the Bush Kangaroo set?
Gotta be Australia.
It would be Australia, but unfortunately, Hibby, you are out of time. Brutal run of questions for you there, but unfortunately, your time has just run out. How are you feeling?
Not very humorous after saying why did I mean what happened to my brain when I was trying to answer that question is the main question.
Must have been a cat passing, possibly.
Could
that be what it was?
Indeed.
Indeed. Well, Hibby, it's been great having you here. Thank you for taking part. M3 Times, welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, we do have to lose you, so if you are able to either drop out of the room or pop yourself on mute, that would be great. But Hibby, thanks so much for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you another time.
Thank you very much.
The game goes on. RPG has the most time left on their clock, so they'll go over to the right. CBK will be in the middle, and Hud's, just clinging on by the skin of his teeth, will be right where he is on the left-hand side. Let's play on round 2. Huds, that was a bit scary.
Yeah, what's really annoying is after I got mine right, I knew the next two that Hippie got.
So often the way the questions fall. You survived, 4.5 seconds left, back up to 90 now. A bit more breathing room, a bit more time to play with. Was that easier, harder than you thought? About the same, about what you were expecting?
That was about what I was expecting. What about the other two? RPG, CBK?
Darling, please. You're not hosting now. That's my job to introduce the next contestants. I mean, I will curtail your interview if you don't want me to talk to me anymore. That's completely fine. But I'm
a polite host.
If that's all, then Huds, I'll move on to my other guests. 90 seconds, you're into round 2. We'll talk to you again in a minute. CBK, fairly plain sailing there.
Yeah, I got lucky with that first question because I didn't know most of the others that everyone else was asked.
So it's the way the questions fall. If they come your way, then you're doing well. And right in the middle as we move into the next round. So good position to be in. RPG, strongest performance there. Feeling fairly happy with that?
I'm pretty happy with it. I got my one question out of one correct. I'll take it.
Well, let's see if we can get you a few more in this round. Of course, you obviously are hoping not to get too many more, but you want to get as few as possible to preserve that time. You've each now got 90 seconds on your clock, and we're going to start with the player who had the least amount of time left afterwards. That was host takeover Huds. Let's play on. Best of luck to all three of you. Huds, you're on the blue podium, and Huds, your time starts. Now, Huds, who is the Greek god of the dead and king of the underworld?
Oh, Osiris.
No, it's Hades. In the 1990s TV comedy program Knowing Me, Knowing You, which comedian played Alan Partridge?
Oh, God, I know him by Alan Partridge. I'd pass.
Steve Coogan. In The Muppet Show, what type of animal was the character called Fozzie?
A bear?
Yes, he was. CBK, what N is the term for somebody who abuses his power and influence in order to employ or promote his relatives?
Nepotism.
That I'll accept. Nepotist. Yes. RPG, what is the national winter sport of Canada?
Hurling.
No, it's hockey or ice hockey. Which former member of the Sex Pistols died in 1979, aged 21?
Pass.
That's Sid Vicious. Which British soap features the Sugden and Tate families?
Coronation Street?
No, Emmerdale. In 2003, which English singer-songwriter had a major UK hit with the song White Flag?
Dido.
That's the one. Huds, what is the usual formal name of the part of the human body for which the word cakehole is slang?
Mouth.
That's the one. CBK, in the 1989 film Driving Miss Daisy, the actor who played the chauffeur was Morgan who?
Pass.
Freeman. Which first name links a supermodel from Croydon and the lead actress in the film Titanic?
Pass.
It's Kate. What is 30% of 200?
Yeah, don't give me the maths. Pass. I'm not doing maths.
60. What musical term beginning with C means gradually getting louder?
Crescendo?
That's the one. RPG.
Yeah.
The Urals is a mountain range predominantly found in which country?
France.
No, it's Russia. Who was lead singer with the British band M People?
Pass.
Heather Small. A molecule of ozone consists of how many atoms of oxygen?
1.
No, 3. If you make an enormous amount of noise, you raise which part of the house?
Roof.
Yes. Huds, in which sport would you find the terms buys, wide balls, and no
Cricket.
balls? Yes. CBK, in the pantomime, the fairy godmother warns Cinderella not to stay at the ball beyond which time?
Midnight?
Yes. RPG, what B is a word commonly used to describe an expensive film that makes large profits at the box
Blockbuster.
office? Yes. Huds, World War II began in response to the German invasion of which country?
Poland?
Yes. CBK, what is the collective name for the republics of Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania?
Baltics.
Yes. RPG, at a shop counter, what queue is the term for a line or file of people awaiting their turn to be served?
You.
Answers in the question. Huds, the city of Salamanca is situated in which European country?
Oh, Azerbaijan?
No, it's in Spain. What L is the heavy metal often used as a shield against radioactivity?
Oh. Pass.
Lead. What B is a word meaning an ornamental trinket of little value, commonly used for Christmas tree decorations?
Floorball.
Yes. CBK, in Roman numerals, which number is represented by XL?
Pass.
It's 40. Which London bridge is closest to the Houses of Parliament?
Ooh, Tower of London.
No, it's Westminster
Bridge,
Bridge.
sorry.
The name of which pet goes before burglar to give the term for a thief who breaks into buildings by climbing walls?
Pass.
It's a cat. Which three-letter word means the record of the voyage of a ship?
Pass.
It would be the log. Canophobia is the morbid fear of which animals?
Duck.
No, it's dogs. Who had a hit single in 1997 with Never Ever?
Pass.
All Saints. In the TV cartoon. And CBK, we are out of time. Bad luck. Oh, it was all very, very close between all three of you there. It took a little minute to find the stride, and then it was neck and neck, and then... Oh, the thing with this game, we call them spirals when you get a little run of questions and the sort of the pressure gets on top. And
Yeah. Got a bit
that's-
panicky there. I was like, my brain's like blanked on everything.
It gets a bit panicky. If you go back and watch the VOD, you'll go back and through. Of course, I know that one. I do that one, but say the pressure
Yeah,
of the.
like cat burglar. That's obvious. But my brain was just like blanked.
I think with just the studio and the lights and everything. But hey, you gave us a
Thank
really, really, really good performance there, CBK. Thank you very much. But we do have to lose you at this point. Do go and watch the rest of the face-off from the chat, and we'll speak to you again really soon, I hope.
Right. Good luck, everyone. Bye.
Which leaves Huds and RPG going into the final. Huds has actually got slightly more time on his clock now, so he will be going second and RPG will be starting. Let's go to the final round. And Pepito, welcome to the stream. Great to have you with us. RPG, pretty neck and neck for all three of you there, but particularly with Huds, only a couple of seconds between you. How did you feel that went?
I got flustered on a couple of questions there.
The spiral is real. It's
Indeed.
not just it is an actual thing. But yes, once you say you find your footing and you get a bit of a rhythm going, I feel with this game a little bit. But you're through to the final. You must be feeling pretty chuffed. How would it be to beat Huds? What would that mean?
It would be truly delightful.
I'm sure it would. I'm sure it would. Conversely, Huds, most time left on your clock there, so you get the premium seat on the right hand side. You feeling pretty good about that one?
Feeling very good. Only just enough time though. Like it was very neck and neck.
It was neck and neck, say, between all three of you, very close, just till CBK ended up in a little spiral there. But what would it mean to you to be crowned the true king of Club 601?
I mean, I'd like to say it'll put the mods back in their place, but it never will. They mutiny at every possible opportunity, so it doesn't really matter, I suppose.
Well, 120 seconds each, potentially 4 minutes stands between finding out who is going to retain or win the keys to Club 601, because that's what's at stake here. Yes, Club 601 could be changing ownership. Huds doesn't know about this. This is the first he's heard of. I can't back that up. But you have now each got 2 minutes, same rules as before. Last player standing will be declared our winner. RPG, you had less time at the end of the last round, so you are going to be answering questions first. The very best of luck to you both. And RPG, your time starts now. RPG, who is the patron saint of Scotland?
Pass.
It's St Andrew. Who painted the 1889 painting Starry Night?
Van Gogh.
Yes. HUDs, the TV programme where members of the public bring along objects to be valued by an expert, is called Antiques
Roadshow.
Yes. RPG, the parliamentary constituencies of Healy and Hillsborough are in which UK city?
Essex.
No, they're in Sheffield. What is the longest river on the continent of South America?
Pass.
It's the Amazon. What is the traditional gift for a 50th wedding anniversary?
Gold.
Yes. HUDs, the slogan "It's the real thing" has been used to advertise which brand?
Coca-Cola?
Correct. RPG, in the Braille alphabet, how many dots are used to represent the letter A?
5.
No, it's just the one. What breed of dog was Beethoven in the 1992 film with the same name?
Pass.
It's St Bernard. What M is a species of mongoose, groups of which will sit up on their hind legs looking for prey or danger?
Meerkat.
Meerkat is right. HUDs, in which fictional city do the adventures of the comic book hero Superman take place?
Pass.
It's Metropolis. In psychology, an unintentional mistake that may reveal a subconscious thought is known as a Freudian... Correct. RPG, the university known as LSE is located in which UK city?
Leicester.
No, it's London, London School of Economics. What H is the word for maintaining health and preventing disease, especially through cleanliness?
Pass.
That's hygiene. According to the proverb, there is no use crying over spilt what?
Milk.
Yes. HUDs, 8-ball and 15-ball are types of which popular pub game?
Pool.
Yes. RPG, who wrote the novel Atonement?
Pass.
It was Ian McEwan. How many kilograms are there in a metric ton?
1,000.
Correct. HUDs, in cartoons, what is the name of the bird that Sylvester the cat is always trying to catch?
Tweety.
I'll accept. Tweety Pie, yes. RPG, with which sport is the name Ricky Hatton most associated?
Bowling.
No, it's boxing. Ljubljana is the capital of which Eastern European country?
Lithuania.
Slovenia. Which planet of the solar system is listed last in the dictionary?
Uranus.
No, it's Venus. What H is the North Atlantic equivalent of a typhoon?
Hurricane.
Correct. HUDs, what is the capital of Libya?
Pass.
That's Tripoli. Who was the long-term comedy partner of Ernie Wise?
Oh, pass.
Eric Morecambe. Jennifer Lawrence plays Katniss Everdeen in what film series?
The Hunger Games.
Correct. RPG, which E can be primary, secondary, higher, further, and adult?
Education.
I'd hope you get that one. HUDs, the SI unit of force is named after which English scientist?
Oh. Pass.
It's Isaac Newton. Which 2013 Disney animated film was inspired by Hans Christian Andersen's The Snow
Frozen.
Queen? Correct. RPG, Edward Fox starred in which 1973 film adaptation of It's the Day of the Jackal? Dextral is to sinistral as right is to what?
Left.
Correct. HUDs, Sean William Scott plays Steve Stifler in what movie series?
American Pie.
Correct. RPG, in children's TV, what P was the name of the fictional bear for whom Sir Michael Hordern provided the voice?
Paddington.
Correct. HUDs, the type of aquatic mammal that was the star of the 1993 film Free Willy
Whale.
was... Correct. RPG is a tribute to the national dish to the Scottish writer Robert Burns wrote the poem addressed to a what?
Chimney.
Haggis. In which... And you're out of time. Oh, RPG. Just letting HUDs get the better of you there, and your time is up. But a very valiant second place for you right there. Have you had a good time?
I have had a good time.
But
I feel like the questions were very heavily rigged in Huds' favour.
they all come from the same database. So, well, it's one I siphoned off, but it's just the way they fall. Sometimes it can look that way. But of course, I don't know who's going to get what right and what wrong. So it's just entirely down to the luck of the draw. But hey ho.
I'm having a laugh.
That's good to hear. Well, RPG, we do have to say goodbye, but thank you for playing and a very valiant runner-up.
Thank you very much.
Which means our winner, reluctant as I am to say it, and as insufferable as he is going to be, your face-off champion is HUD 601.
Woo! The crowd goes wild.
You have put your stamp down, HUDs. You can get the moderators to get back in their box. You are our champion. How are you feeling?
Very lucky, I'm gonna be honest. I so nearly was out in round one, and I'm not gonna lie, all the difficult questions like, scientist this and ancient history that, no good with me. But yeah, talk about Disney films all day long. I've got your answers. I got really lucky on that.
Well, you've given us a great show, and say coming back from that, as you pointed out, very close to being eliminated early on in round 1 there, but you came back fighting, and you have emerged the champion, and you are going to be the recipient of a Persephone's Chair button, which I will dispatch to you in due course. I shall put it up for the camera to see. A little tiny one, you can wear it on your lapel. So it's a memento so you can remember me forever.
Yeah,
and
let's
your
go.
experience here. So Huds is our champion. I hope you enjoyed that in the audience. I'll pop back into the camera mode after the credits. We'll just say a cheerio and a final debrief with Huds. But thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. And congratulations again to Huds, our face-off champion. And I can stop the build there, and I can put the camera back on. In fact, if I go to just cam, we'll have Giant Ben, and I can put Huds back here as well. But I think I need to add a source, because at the moment he won't have sound. In fact, we haven't even got Huds cam at the moment. Huds cam. Oh, Huds, have you lost the thing? Is it audio input capture? No, it must be audio output capture. Yes. I'm muted in Discord, aren't I? That's why you can't hear me. Let's add Discord audio to... yeah, I just added Discord audio, and I don't know why it's turned up there. Let me just get rid of it from there. How do I add an audio source? It's not advanced audio properties. Add audio output capture. Oh, it's there. Audio devices. Ah, there we go. Hopefully, Huds, can you just see if everyone can hear you?
Hello, can you all hear me?
Did you hear Huds saying hello? Anyone? How do I drag that onto there? Very faintly. Okay. Huds, talk me through this. How do I add a device to the audio mix? It's there in my audio devices, but I want it on the middle panel. Have I got to go and enable it or something in advanced audio properties? Discord.
You need to add
audio.
it as a source to your current scene.
Yeah, I thought so what, add audio output capture? Or input capture? No, output capture. It's there, it's down there, Discord audio, but I don't know how to put it into the middle. Oh, for God's sake, output capture. Sorry, this is professional, I know. Discord audio. Yeah, now I've just got two of them down there. Or have I? Why won't it go in there?
Apparently I'm doubled.
You're doubled?
Are they hearing me through a different flight through your microphone? I'm hearing you through your microphone.
Oh, okay, I'll move away. Double from one channel and two headphones. Is that better? If I move... Is Huds doubling still? I'm only hearing one Huds. So chat will have to confirm, because I don't know. Huds is much better at doing this sort of thing than I'm. The chat's not saying anything now. Sounds like he's over a tannoy at a racecourse. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna go to game with cam, and I'm gonna put that camera on, because I know you're working in that channel, and we'll just put
Perfect.
Let's... I don't know what I've got on the other side of that. Oh, good, it's just the logo. Good, we'll have a great big Persephone's Chair logo up there instead. There we go.
Yeah.
Professional as ever. Well, Huds, I think you've come out of that rather well.
I don't think I did too bad overall. It could have been worse, right?
Well, absolutely, but I say the undisputed face-off champion in the arena. You'll have to come back for a rematch at some point in the future, I'm sure.
Yes.
Well, that is about it, other than to say massive thank you to Huds for coming to join me, for bringing your community over here, and to all of you who've come and joined us perhaps for the first time tonight. Thank you to all the new followers, for everyone who's come to join and maybe done some quiz for the first time. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, do give us a follow. I stream on here on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. GMT. Lots of quiz stuff, generally all original formats. Not all Sonic themed, I'm afraid, but a bit of a mixed mishmash. I actually write very little of the trivia these days. That was a rare step out for me. It's normally done by the community. But if you have enjoyed yourself, do consider coming to join the Discord, giving us a follow, and would love to welcome you along on a Saturday evening. But it's been great having Huds here, and I think Huds for a marvellous cause as well, that you're doing stuff for. How are we doing total-wise so far?
Yeah, so far we're on £2,825 raised in total. I'm hearing myself in my own headphones.
Oh, have I broken out? Is everything broken now?
Oh, is it because you're sending the audio still back through Discord?
Oh, it might be. If I stop sharing my screen, I don't know if that'll make any difference.
Let's see if that makes any difference. No, I can still hear myself.
I can't disconnect from Discord, otherwise I won't be able to hear you.
I'm in Spain.
Hopefully you can just tolerate it for a couple more minutes.
That's fine, I can tolerate it. I'll do that. There we go. So we've raised £2,825 so far for Bristol Pride, an incredible amount. Already beating the original target of £2,500 that I set for the month. We're obviously going for some stretch goals now at 3,000 and beyond. And yeah, still half a month to go. I've got loads of streams lined up. More amazing collabs, just like tonight with some other fantastic streamers. And I'm streaming almost every day until the end of the month, with a couple of breaks here and there. Genuinely, a huge thank you to all of you for being here. Thank you very much for inviting me back, and once again to do Quiz Night with you. It's always a genuine pleasure to come over, and I'm really pleased we've kind of been able to keep the tradition going. Albeit this time with less Sonic and more quiz.
And less and more sound issues. I've just discovered you were playing through desktop audio as well as Discord player. I don't know why it's now picking up desktop audio and you're sounding like... I can just about hear you, but yeah, you do sound like you're announcing the races at Cheltenham, but it's echo cancellation. I've no idea what it was. Working fine a minute ago, and now it's just decided to shart itself and die, but there we go. Can't have everything now. I'm just going to switch you over to just desktop audio. I wonder if that's any better.
I mean, I can't hear myself through Discord anymore. Oh no, now I can actually.
Okay, we'll go back to Discord play. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. It all seems to have gone horribly wrong at technicals. And again, apologies for the technical issues earlier on in Google. That it's one of those things with programming stuff. But Huds, what have you got coming up in the near future?
Oh, very kind of you to ask. So I'm taking a break tomorrow night because I'm taking the wife to the cinema. But a couple of the highlights still coming up for you all. This Saturday from 6 p.m. I'm going to be running the Sonic 8. Last time I tried to run this 2 weeks ago, it was a complete disaster, and I mercifully killed the run, so that'll be an interesting redo. Sunday, I've got a collab with Mendez and Amber Cypern, two amazing Sonic speedrunners and streamers. We're doing Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, the first time I played the game. Some other highlights, 20th, next Tuesday, is a night at the Casino 4 with Argit and Nico Hart. You're not going to want to miss that one. It's always a fun night. I've got some surprises in store for them. And finishing off the month, on the last day, the 30th, myself and Argit are doing the Sonic Ring Shuffler, but with a twist. Every time we collect the ring, it's going to shuffle the other person's games. So if you want to see some of that mayhem and all the running in between, make sure you come and drop me a follow. As Ben mentioned earlier, not only are we raising money for Tiltify through monetary donations, but all of your subs, gift subs, and bits for this month are also going to be donating to Bristol Pride at the end of the month. I can reveal that so far, in the 13 days, we've raised just over £300 through that as well. So that'll get added on at the end of the month. But yeah, it's going to be pushing that total much, much higher. So even if you can't maybe donate or don't want to donate, if you've got an Amazon Prime sub, maybe consider using that on my channel this month. Sorry, Ben. because that money will then go to Bristol Pride, and it doesn't cost you a penny to do that.
Well, there you go. You've heard it all there through the Racing Tanner. I'm really sorry. I don't know what's happened with the audio. So I added another audio device. I'm going to go back to just cam a minute and see if it's to do with that Discord audio that I added there. If I take that out, now you won't be able to hear you on that channel. Oh, no, not that one. Game with Cam is where we were at. I don't know if that's any better.
I can't hear myself anymore, which is good. Oh, no, now I can.
Yeah, I just turned desktop audio back on. I've no idea why it suddenly started doing this. I'm going to have to figure this out before my next stream. But
I'm going to have to redo your whole OBS package, aren't I?
yeah, I think at some point I might have to actually do that. Maybe after June. You have to find yourself with the day off. Anyway, yeah, it's definitely piping through two of them, and I don't know which is better, but we're at the end of the stream, so full chaos stream tonight with gremlins and more gremlins, but hopefully some good fun quiz. And as Hud says, if you are in a position to do so, please do and go and donate to Bristol Pride. That Tiltify link will be open for the rest of the month, and like I say, all for a really, really good cause. That's going to be it from me and Huds for this evening. I am going to be back on Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 17th? 17th of June, and we are going to be playing Crossfire, Distinction, and The Escape Artist. So lots of fun to be had there. That's right here, twitch.tv/royal_flush from 8 p.m. is my regular stream time, 8 p.m. BST. I do hope you'll come and join us. To all of our new friends who've come to join us this evening, thank you. To all of our old friends who've come back, thank you for coming out for a slightly less conventional quiz night in the shape of Sonic Trivia, but I hope you've enjoyed it all the same. I've been Royal Flush, he's been Hud601. Until next time, be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe as always. And until we see you again, take care, peace out, and good night. And just before everybody goes, we're going to go and raid Flagin Lounge. He's a GTA Vice City speedrunner. And we're just going to say hashtag Huds wins. I know, delayed raid and raid message. And
Royal Flush.
And yeah, give us a follow if you like. If you like. That'd be lovely. We're going to go raid Flage. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Night-night.
Oceanic, right? How we hit Copland. Yeah, I had a really weird thing happen when I was... Yo, Royal Flush! What's going on, man?
Oh, mate, it's all good, don't worry.
How you guys doing?
It's interesting, I'm still hearing myself. What audio device do you currently have in Discord? In terms of your capture, your microphone? I don't know. I'm looking at GTA at the moment. No, I can't see OBS at all. No, I'm looking at GTA. There we go. Yeah. 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 Huh. Hmm. Open up your desktop audio properties. So that's capturing your voice meter aux input. Okay. God, voice meter, that's so terrible. Okay. So what's Discord currently using? Yeah. Input. So your output device is the input. But your input device is your aux output. Which is why I'm hearing myself. Because you're taking my voice and routing it back through. So if you... Hello. Yeah, now I can't hear myself through Discord. So it would be your voice meter banana settings then. Yeah. Yeah. Oh! Oh no, I can still hear myself. So what's your routing in here then? So confusing. So desktop in, Discord in. Oh, your Discord in. Are you spitting it out to the wrong ones? Are you sure? So the A1 and the B2 that are lit up. Are you sure? What's A1 and B2? Okay. Okay. And B2. Turn off B2 a sec. So if I now talk. Okay, so I can't hear myself now, which is good. Yeah. Oh God, voice meter banana is so bloody confusing. I don't understand it at all. I don't use it. Okay. Interesting. Which one did you add? That. Okay. No, but it was because of voice meter banana. It was routing the audio in back through Discord. Cool. Okay. Oh, hang on. No, you need B2 on desktop in. You had B2 on the wrong one. That's the way it should be. Oh God, now I can hear myself. That's really bad. That's not correct. Okay, that's better, but why can I still hear myself, albeit quietly? Oh, it's just because it's dropped down a bit. Yeah, but then of course if you just have it as microphone, if you want them to be able to hear the game audio, they're not going to be able to hear it. Oh, that's so confusing. Hmm. Yeah. A1 is your headset. A2 is what? A2 is your speakers. A3? That's fine. A1 should be... No. Yeah. You haven't got any, you haven't put turned like any of the monitors on in OBS in the advanced audio settings. No. Oh, that's very confusing. Yeah. No, which you definitely don't want to do. Oh yeah, you're still on 27, so you can't undo. Oh, can you? Oh, fair enough. I don't know how far back you'll be able to undo. Thing is, I don't think it's OBS causing it. I think it's voice meter. How weird. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I can still hear myself, and it's still coming through both. Yeah. So, what are you trying to route? Let me think. Let me think about it from the basics. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Because of what you need in terms of the split audio sources. As much as I hate to say it, voice meter banana is probably the best way of doing it. But fuck me, is it complex?